Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Live. Man, it's been a great week. I'm a little laggy today, y'all, just so y'all know. I don't know why that is. But I have I have a submission back. I think Dylan has something to show, and y'all have a whole lot of pickups as well. Can't wait to talk about that. If y'all don't know, we talk everything Fortnite, specifically Fortnite collectibles. So let's get into it. What's up,
What's
bro? How you
going
doing?
on? I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, bro. Can't complain.
I didn't know you had a submission back. Is this from the National?
Well, no, this is the finishing of that trade with Black Ash.
Okay.
Yeah, that finally came back from PSA. Uh I got Maximilian back, PSA 9. Y'all won't be able to see it on screen, but I'll post it tomorrow. I was glad this one got a PSA 9 because y'all know those blues and purples in series one is not
Or the
easy to
series anything, even the
yeah,
series three. Y'all doing about my
yeah.
Kunos.
There you go. I got jump shot back. That was one I'm excited about as well. But I did have to give up a triple threat last year, so I have to get triple threat back now.
What
Hold
did
on.
your jump shot get?
PSA 9.
Okay.
And then I got Bandaletin. Y'all know that storyline. But
Yeah, I never wanted Vandalette until the Fortnite comics,
yeah.
which if you guys haven't read, it's 0 Point where
mm,
she makes a big
Yeah.
impression.
Unfortunately, I had to trade that away as immediately as I got
Already?
it. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
even yours. You're showing someone else's card right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Don't worry, I don't think he cares. But man, I'm lagging like crazy. It's pissing me off. But anyway, yeah, that was my pickups for this week. I'm excited about that. I should have a bigger one next week. Probably one of the largest cash trades I did in a while. So we'll see how that goes.
So I ripped six reloaded boxes hunting my Renegade Raiders. Um, I only got Renegade Raiders out of one of the six boxes.
Mm.
All the other ones didn't have any. That one box had two. So out of six boxes, I got two Renegade Raiders out of the same box. Um, are they tens? Probably not.
Yeah,
They were very close,
yeah.
but probably nines. May send them in just for kicks,
Hmm.
just to see. But they were pretty close. The other cool thing I got, and I'll show this one.
They're gonna love this one.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna like this, right? So I pulled this, which makes it kind of cool versus what you see online. Is this is an error card from Reloaded? So you've got the moving card here in front, but then when you turn it around, it's upside down, cut line, and it's the different back. So you can see the numbers cut off,
That
and
joint dope.
it's for you get the win
Yeah,
emote, but the front is not get the win. So I
that's
got that out of my reloaded boxes. I may have to go through and see what else I found,
yeah.
but a pretty cool error card.
No, that's a nice
So
one.
it has a decent one. Um, kind of happy with it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
I mean, I really, really, really want like a Gold Trooper, Skull Trooper
mm,
variation or something. Something really
yeah.
cool like that I've seen before. But I'll take it. It's pretty cool.
You just said one. What's another great error card that you've seen over time so far? Like, can you think of one off the top of your head?
Off the top of my, it's been a while. I can't remember off the top. I've seen some cool ones, but like I
Yeah.
haven't like kept track of them. I wish I
So,
had.
so the best one I seen collecting Fortnite cards was one on Macari. It was a Black Knight Hollow. It technically it wasn't a Black Knight Hollow. So it was a base on the front and the backside of the card was hollow. So the
Which it makes no sense. Like, how
yeah,
do these things get through?
like
Like how did that happen?
I have no idea, bro. And it was beautiful too. I remember it sold for like $500, like peak, this was peak
Hmm.
you know, Fortnite. Like that was like that 2020 era. But I mean that card was beautiful. That was my favorite era card that I've seen so far. I think that's the only one I can think of right now.
I'm trying to figure. I feel like I've had other error cards before. Maybe at
Yeah.
least one other one.
Hmm.
Um, the one I'll tell you ones I don't like are like the Far Out Man.
Oh yeah.
That's the most popular one. I don't like that one at all. I've told you guys about the Black Knight error. It's very
Hmm.
small, but
Hmm.
like I've seen it. It's like 1 out of 22 Black Knights.
Yeah.
On Reloaded, it has the black dot. Um,
Lux, I think it's her Brazil has that. Her Brazil Crystal Shard has the same thing as Black Knights. I don't know
oh
if it's on
really?
everyone, but it's on most of them that I've seen.
like a black dot.
Yep, like a black dot on the back. It's like in the top left corner.
Yeah, then there's a couple like that too. So, but no, I like the ones that have the different prints for sure. So,
Yeah,
like when I saw the Gold Trooper variation, one on the front, one on the back, that was probably the coolest one I've seen.
yeah,
Um, Why that went pretty badly,
yeah.
to be honest. But I'll take this. Maybe that'll be another thing to kind of chase. I should go through my cards and just see.
You might have another one,
I have so much. You know how much cards it would take me to go through
man.
just to see.
What you
What's
say?
up, Butcher Blocks?
Richard,
JL, Richard. Um,
appreciate it, JL. Richard, what's up? What's up? The white line
yeah,
up.
so that's what this is. So like this, I'm assuming you mean this white line at the top here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has that too. So I guess that's where they're supposed to cut them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, just completely missed it on this one.
Dang that. So you think you're gonna add two Renegade PSA nines, or is gonna be a PSA 8 in that rotation, or are you gonna send them the tag?
Um, ooh, I could send those to. I really want a 10 first.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did get a Ghoul Trooper, so like this is another reload one I'm chasing,
Mm-hmm.
and a 10 also. Um, do I want this in? So here's the thing with reloaded. Like some of the chase is like trying to get that low pop, right? Because they're not low pop otherwise.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's my only reason for maybe saying the PSA.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I do want one of these in a tag. I do want a Renegade Raider in a tag, but right now my goal is PSA first, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like this one is very sharp and very good, but like the bottom, there's a little bit of white. Right, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, I don't think.
No, I can't. No, I can't see it.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably end up sending it to PSA at some point, maybe,
Yeah.
or just getting more reloaded boxes and keep
Yeah.
hitting to. I think. I mean, they're both so close.
Yeah. Jo, that's crazy. I know 5 years coming up. That's we got to do something major for that. That's gonna be crazy.
Is it
Uh,
already coming up?
yeah. Yeah.
Was it 2019 or 2018?
2019.
Yeah, I guess it's
Yeah.
2024.
Yep. That's
Oh man.
that's gonna be crazy. I mean, Fortnite cards is gonna be 5 years old, and Fortnite's gonna be 7, 3 years away from 10. That's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first transition period. When you hit 10 years, that's something serious.
Oh, you signed up as a dealer? Congrats, Richard.
Let's
That's
go,
pretty
Richard.
cool. Yeah, we should do something. I mean, I'm a little annoyed right now that we don't have more
Yeah,
cards coming up.
yeah, that's a
I
whole
mean,
nother topic.
yeah, we've talked about that like to
But
the ground, but
yeah, yeah, that's yeah, man. I mean that I watched a couple I just had to go back. I watched a couple fanatic things. Like Dylan said, we talked about this a whole lot, so I'm not gonna stay on it. Uh I watched a couple fanatic interviews and stuff like that from multiple different people that's at the top, uh, including Ruben. And I'm not too confident, man. I'm not. I'm optimistic, but I mean that doesn't even mean we're gonna be in a race. You don't know if it's gonna be Fortnite cards in there or not, or whatever the case may be.
mhm.
Uh Panini wrap around and try to get that contract back at this point. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, and we like we've talked about, we have a new creative director in there, and like I don't
Mhm.
know if that adds anything to it,
Right,
right?
right.
It might not.
But
Yeah, I don't know, but it seems like they're partnering with everybody.
yeah.
They're doing the makeup brand, so we can jump into this. This was shown on the Facebook group by Famous, right? I think Famous
Well,
posted this.
I want the first person that sent it to me was Hype Ridge, and he
Okay,
also I think he sent it to Famous as well. So got to give credit to him because he definitely was he jumped on that pretty quick.
so I'll show. So there's this print shop called Mondo,
Hmm.
and I guess it looks like they do print shops, and they've done the Rift Tour before.
Yep.
So there's two prints here that you can buy. Now these aren't not like one of ones. These are actual art prints that they've print.
It's
It's still screen printed. It's really nice. I
and
believe it's
it's
screen printed.
and it's out of so the black and white one is out of 115, and then the colored one is out of 265.
And the color one already sold out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but the black and white one is, I guess, is pre-order, and this one they had ready.
Top tier skins in here. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about this. Like, I don't
yeah,
know who chose this, but we've got Meowscles, Midas, Fishsticks, Peely, Aura, Skull Trooper, Sloan, Lynx, Renegade Raider. Thanks to Rob showing me
yep.
that Renegade Raider was in there. Did they miss at all? I don't think so.
No, and they even
They
got
did
the
not miss at all.
they even got Durburger in the back just to add
They
a
got the
touch to it.
scythe. They got the scythe.
First of all, the artwork,
Pretty
I just
cool.
got to give him a applause because I got to applaud him because that is just top tier artwork right there. Y'all know how I feel. Uh, this is art right here, man. This is gonna be a great piece for people to have on their walls or however they collect it. Uh, they also, I don't know if y'all know, with the pre-order, you can only do one per household, so that's
Yep.
interesting as well. For 265 to sell out that quick, somebody's collecting them. You know what I mean? That's the interesting part. Somebody's collecting them. For them to sell out that fast. Obviously, there's ways around just getting one, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure a good amount of people got that.
Yeah, and I thought I'm not buying stuff right now, but like if
Yeah,
I was, I would cop these so fast.
yeah.
Um, the black and white one is really cool. I actually, usually I like the black and white sketch stuff. Like, you know me, I
Yeah.
like
The
I've
color
got
though?
that the color one on this one is
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted this one more.
Yeah.
Um, so since that one sold out, I didn't rush to get it. But it's pretty epic. I like it.
I love I love how they broke the border. How he broke the border. That is
Yeah,
one
it's
of my
super
favorite
interesting,
things.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
But what do you get from this though? If we put our inspector hats on, because you know that's what we do here. Uh First of all, if y'all don't know, I don't even have to ask Dylan. I already know. This is what we wanted from Fortnite covers. This right here is a masterpiece. This is what we wanted. We know that they did it with Marvel, so they have to do that. I'm not mad at that. But
mhm.
what me and Dylan wanted, we was like, yo, just give us one cover. Like give us
Well,
one cover
here's what's
that was
interesting
like
is
that.
what does this remind you of? This like border and
Like
stuff.
a
I mean,
comic.
it's just like a comic, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's just a coincidence. If that's nothing to do with it, but it's kind of like the Marvel ones that I have.
I like that,
Um.
Richard.
Okay. First of all, all right. First of all,
Yo, good one,
um,
Richard. Good one.
that was an auction. It forced my hand. Okay, the wild card. I was watching it. I wanted it. The opportunity to get it. Went for more than I wanted to, but that was like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't received that. First of all, second of all, why am I not buying right now? It's just like cash flow, guys. I've got
Yeah.
5 kids, a mortgage, and everything like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I had to get my duct work redone today.
Mm-hmm.
They had to come out and clean my. It cost me like $700. So
Yeah.
I'm just not buying right now. I got other expenses. But besides that, I'm sad to miss out on this one.
Yeah, no, that's a beauty right there. And to be honest, uh hopefully this seems like something they're gonna be doing. That doesn't it seems like it's something leading to this. I don't know exactly what, but it was kind of under the radar, but it has the Epic logo on it. Obviously, I don't know if he got the just if they just got the rights to sell it. I don't know if it's considered more of a collaboration. I don't know where this kind of falls, but
Yeah, I don't
it's
even know. It
interesting.
could that could just be like the art style. Whoops,
Yeah,
sorry, y'all. That could just be the art style of like what he wanted to make it look like.
yeah, yeah. It's but
Sorry.
I will say this that Fortnite being in the middle, if the comics go this direction, I don't know how the new uh head honcho feels about comics. I don't know. We know that was Donald Mustard's thing. But we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, it's really interesting because look, they even put title Fortnite,
Yeah.
publication Mondo. So it's really interesting. Like, I mean, we could probably ask him.
Yeah, I
Like
think
sometimes these artists like will reach out, but like that'd
yeah.
be really interesting. Like, hey, is that just a design thing, or where did you get this? Right?
Yo, this is I'll say this. I can name two off the top of my head. I'll say the one that did the Storm and Blaze cover and the one that did the Bright Bomber artwork. Who did the Bright Bomber artwork in the first couple pages in the Thor cover? I mean Thor's comic. Who did that one? I can't remember his name.
Um,
I can't remember his name, but whoever those are probably my favorite art styles and
This is Donnie
actual
Cates
artwork.
and Greg Land.
Okay, so
So I wonder if that's the artist for
yeah,
it.
those two, they did the best artwork in my opinion. But this is that right there is definitely competing with it. It might even
All
be
right,
better
the
in my
writer was
opinion.
Donnie Cates. Ink was done by Jay Leeson, and the
Yeah,
penciler was Greg Land.
yeah. So they did a great job, but JJ Harrison might be rivaling that honestly.
Yeah, and if you guys are like wondering what he's talking about, he's talking about like this scene with Bright
Yeah,
Bomber.
I think he drew Bright Bomber really well.
You pull up. Let's see, JJ Harrison was the illustrator. Look, he already has Fortnite up on there. What if he
Yep.
talks about it? First thing he has on there.
Well, this just released August 31st, I believe.
Okay, officially licensed by Epic Games.
Uh huh.
So the art direction was Mitch Poonen and Eric Garza.
Interesting.
So he didn't pick the skins,
Right,
guys.
right.
So there you go.
That's
It had
yeah,
some art direction of what they wanted to do. I'm assuming those are from Epic. I don't know if those could be from Mondo, I guess,
yeah,
potentially.
yeah,
It says officially licensed by Epic Games. 265. Yeah, there's a variance.
yeah. I agree with Dylan. I like color a lot, but I do usually fare on the side of the black and white. But the color is just amazing on this one.
Yeah, so the founder. So the art direction was by the founder, and what about this guy? See Epic Games. Man, you'd be surprised when you find out with Google. I
No, for real.
don't know if this is you, but I'm gonna click on it. Hopefully, it's nothing crazy, guys. Yeah, Mondo. All right, so the art direction was all from the people of the studio, not from Epic Games.
That's dope.
But regardless, the skins they picked is kind of crazy.
Top, yeah, they knew what they were
And
doing.
I mean, the fact that they used Stallone in it alone.
Yeah, yeah. It shows that they understand the
Well,
direction they should
what's
have went.
interesting is they use Stallone and Midas. So I would be like, so they have to have in-game knowledge and they have to have comic knowledge because Stallone
Yeah.
is like mostly
Yep.
comic, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um, no, very cool piece. Now I have some original art because of our what's our resident art collector?
JT.
Yeah, JT Mindscape World. He got me into like the originals. You know what I mean? So I have like one of ones up here. So I
Yeah.
wasn't like trying super hard to get these, but I feel like once these are sold out, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, those are top tier right there. So that
I,
that was the one that I seen the black and white, and then I seen the black and white first because of the way Hybrid sent it to me. And then I seen the color and I was like, oh my God, they knocked this out the park. So that one was dope. But
yeah, it is the color one. Color
yeah,
was my favorite, which is usually not the case.
yeah. So also we have this is the third week of this. I've really been enjoying this. It seems like I've been enjoying it as well. Uh we have recent pickups from the community. So Jake comes in with two Optichromes. Originally, I thought this was the other Jake. I think is I can't remember Jake's last name. It's slipping my mind, but I thought it was the original Jake, other Jake, because I think the other Jake is going for Optichrome set. So I thought that he was going in the PSA 10 direction, and I was about to say, "Oh man, this is about to be crazy," because I want to see somebody try to complete the Optichrome. I thought about it. I don't know if I'm going to go for that, but I want to see somebody try to complete a PSA 10 Optichrome set. That would be dope. Uh,
I mean, any PSA 10 set in general is dope.
yeah, yeah, but
Oh, this
Optic,
is Rachel's. Oh, I see this
yeah,
one.
yeah,
This
Rachel.
was they did like almost 100 submission.
Yeah, what was it like 94 or something like
Yeah,
that?
something close to that.
Yeah. So this was she thought that her Midas was going to get an 8 because of the roller marks, but if y'all don't know, those roller marks they ignored pretty early. Like even within it was like the first month they were ignoring them as well. Even one got a 10 in the beginning. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But I'm glad that she got a 9 on that. Tigress, Zoe, uh the laser of crack shot, dope right here. Wayne even tried to get her Renegade
I
4.
saw him comment on there. It's like any renegade
Yeah.
is Wayne is trying to get. Like, not won't be surprised if he pops in and says, "Hey, Dylan, I'm going for those two."
He's gonna have a museum full of them, man. That's gonna be funny.
Which is not that. So like, I know we talk about Reloaded, but it's like we know
Yeah.
that like they're not super rare
Mm-hmm.
because how much is out there. But at the same time, I think people don't realize how hard it is to actually hit it.
Yeah.
Right. So I got 6 boxes and only got two.
Only got two. Yeah.
There's a lot of cards in Reloaded, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just because they're not like Crystal Shard rare
Yeah.
doesn't mean that like they're gonna be easy to get forever, especially as
Yeah.
the product starts to disappear.
Oh man. Dale helped me last week pronounce this now. You got it?
No, I don't got it.
uh
He said you were 97% correct last time, which
I
means I was
was. I
like
don't
97% wrong.
bro, I just hate butchering. Oh man.
We're gonna call him BJ. BJ got these here.
Y- yeah, yeah. Oh,
I'm interested to know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. I need to know what you're talking about on that one. But either way, bro, this is some great pickups right here. You got a black backlash in a PSA 8, got the Gold Trooper. I mean, once again, Dylan said it last week. Base cards is kind of overlooked at this time, but as time
The
goes
Gold
on,
Trooper base are super
it's
overlooked.
tough.
I mean, I have a couple graded to be
Yeah.
honest. They're not tens though. I think they're 9.5s in
Mm-hmm.
SGC.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Gold Trooper is like hard to grade in general. I
Yeah.
know my shard is not a 10,
Yeah.
but I don't care. I just want to just, but in general, the card's hard to grade.
Yeah. For sure. And then even to Dylan just made a point with that, but you go on to the next one with the Aura Reloaded in a 7, uh, that might end up being an average grade, you know. So
For sure. Like I actually have one that's next to me.
yeah, that might end up being an average grade. See, you
This
got
is
a
a
6.
6, and which is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, I don't know. Reloaded, man, it's tough. You know what? Maybe I will send those Renegade Raiders
to
to
PSA.
tag because I'm
Oh,
not
tag.
fully guaranteed that these are gonna be tens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like they're like close enough. They have some issues.
Okay, I will say this. Definitely send one to tag because it would be nice to know.
Yeah. See, look at that. So now you guys want to know. It's like
No,
because they
yeah,
break it down what's
yeah.
wrong with this. So it'd be nice to know. Maybe I won't even share that information.
You probably shouldn't keep it.
It's like you can look it up though. If you go to
Yeah,
tag, you can look up any of the cards and look at.
yeah. That
That's a thought. I might do that.
yeah. So we just talked about this one. Obviously, yeah, we just did a whole rundown on this. Amazing, amazing print. Once again, Dylan did point that out. It's not original art. There's it's prints of it, so it's a little bit different.
So it is someone's original art, but it's a
Right.
screen print of that
Yeah.
original art.
Yeah.
So there's like 265 of the color one and like 115 of the black and white one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's going to affect. I mean, still, it's a limited print, right? It's a little art. It is officially licensed by Epic Games.
Mm-hmm.
So all cool stuff, right? I
Yeah.
think it's a cool thing to have. I don't think it's going to hit the stratosphere like a
No.
comic book one would. Um,
And, and if it does, it would take a very, very long time.
Yeah, it's like how much I don't know. I mean, it'd be something nice to have. Collect what you want to collect. Like I would buy it just to put on my wall. But
Oh
right
yeah.
now, I have no spots for it because I have my original comic book
Yeah.
card up. So that's why. Like, if I didn't have those though,
Mm-hmm.
I might have grabbed them like
Oh no.
instantly.
I'm not.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. It's low key a must. It's just about when, if that makes sense. It's one of those
yeah,
things that yeah. It's
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 one of the things you're hoping it pops
yeah,
back up on eBay. But there's
yeah.
only like 300 something total.
Total. Yeah.
Maybe close to 400 almost. It's like
Yeah.
those may not pop back up on
Yeah.
eBay or something. So.
So it's interesting to see. The yo, so obviously Daniel coming through. I love this. He graded the Koro set. He got almost all tens, I believe, except for I think it was just except for the Pilly, which was interesting. But the thing is, this one is gonna be a slow growth. Like obviously, when we first found out about Koro, they were going crazy. We did it
Mhm.
live, and then it came all the way down as it should. You know, that's kind of how those things work.
Yeah,
But
how far did it come down? Because I haven't looked. I still have mine because there's
um,
still It's still some of the coolest things.
Well, I don't even think the right word is come down. I think uh people started sending them in to get graded. So it's kind of that low time, if that makes sense. But man, I love these cards, bro. I love these cards. The prism look is amazing. I love Jonesy the first.
Yeah,
That's what I call him.
I do like the earlier versions more.
Yeah, yeah.
Like now they get to like non like holographic ones, I'm not interested as much,
Well,
but I do love the backs.
if
The
I'm being
backs are really cool.
yeah, if I'm being honest, I've been grabbing these for cheap for a while, the foundation one. Just because he's not gonna have a card at this time. So it's not a prism, but I have been grabbing the foundation ones for the most part. Just to have in the collection.
Yeah, I agree, David. Yeah, it was super affordable and very low print numbers.
Yep.
So it is a why not pick up.
Yeah, for sure.
If
Kari,
it
what's up? What's
somehow
up?
becomes, that could become a comic cover.
It could be. It
It could
could.
be.
I
They could
mean,
be like, hey,
yeah.
let's just use this
Mm-hmm.
because it's there. You know what I mean? And then if you have the original art, I guess it could pop up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Original art, kind of, right? You have the original screen print.
I hate not I don't hate to say this. I just had a thought. What if that's like closing the door of like the Donald Mustard era? Because that's what that cover looks like. If you look at the
Yeah,
cover, it looks like the closing of the Donald Mustard era. That doesn't mean that's what that is. Um, but bro, that's what it looks like. I don't think that's how it's gonna be rolled out. I don't think anything's gonna come from that. But if you look, I mean, I guess everything's the Donald Mustard era technically, but it just looks like the
but
moment.
everything like the first 5 years of Fortnite
Yeah,
and Donald Mustard.
yeah. That's what it looks like. So I my gut tells me something's gonna come from it. I don't think it's gonna be something big or anything like that, but I do think something else is gonna come from this. It just seems a little too polished for me for this to be it. Maybe it is though.
My only thing here is I'm gonna throw it back up one more
Yeah,
time while we're talking about it is like we said before, the biggest thing that I kind of want to look into is the outer thing.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, as us as collectors, like
yeah,
this means that we're maybe leaning towards Fortnite only.
yeah,
It looks like a Fortnite cover,
yeah.
comic cover.
It does.
So I mean, I don't know.
Ma- And that's the way I see it though. You know what I mean? Like even though I understand that it's a print, I see it as like a future cover or something. We don't know if that's gonna happen, but maybe we're being super optimistic because everything's been taken away from us. That might be it as well.
While you go through, I'm actually gonna go through his portfolio and see if he's done
Yeah,
any others like that.
yeah. So this Tomato Town, aka Colton, man, Sparkle Specialist, me and Dylan was talking about this car offline.
Is that the one from eBay?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. And that one was sitting there for a minute. I'm almost positive that I looked at that card for a couple months. Uh, but Colton's been cleaning up, man. He has been cleaning up, and I like how
Yeah,
he's
I've
also,
seen him been cleaning up.
yeah, he's been doing the crystal shard paired with the USA Hollow at the same time for like most of his pickups. I've been enjoying seeing that. I like seeing how people are approaching the market and the hobby right now. Um, Everything's kind of free game. It's not as many crystal shards on eBay as it used to be. After a couple auctions, after a couple OBOs, it's getting a little skimp. But I will say this: this is a thought that I had last week that I forgot. There's going to be another surge that's coming, probably I'll say like the beginning of the year, because people been opening up mega boxes at that 950 price. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they've been opening up, going and grading the cards and everything. So that doesn't mean that they're going to sell them, but if they do sell them, I think the next surge is probably going to be like that December, the end of December, going into like January, maybe February, where we'll see a lot more crystal showers pop up. Not
So
flooded, but more.
I think for those who are wondering, it's like, what do I think
Yeah.
on like terms of like buying and like he said, why am I not buying right now? Um, which I am. Like if it's a card I really want, like if Wild Card pops up like he did at when I had some cash to spend, I'm gonna grab them, right?
Hmm.
But like, why am I not worried about picking up stuff? Is because a Donald Buster just left. We don't have any cards coming out for a while right now, and so we don't even know about the comics. And this crazy inflation going on. People are like looking for cash and selling stuff. So I feel like I'm comfortable waiting and picking up cheaper cards down the line, to be honest, for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about stuff like going up in price too much right now. I'm more like, hey, I may be able to get it at this price or a little bit lower.
Hmm.
So I'm cool with waiting.
Yeah, and I guess it all depends what you're looking for too. Because I for the most part I agree with that. I
If
will
you're
s-
shard knock, it's like
yeah.
if you're someone who has such a big goal,
Hmm.
you don't have time to waste.
Yeah, and I think that it's one of those things where to Dylan's point, there's nothing coming out at this point, right? But on the flip side of that, if and when that moment happens, usually that's when some major peaks and you kind of see
Yeah.
that mountain happen. So, but that doesn't mean at the same time, to your point, that doesn't mean like, oh, now I have to buy because everybody's interested in it, but at the same time, if a new set does come out, those are things that you do have to think about. Those top cards or those cards that you were searching for. Uh if you find ways to get into it through situations like trading and stuff like that, that's why I love trading. Trading is perfect for times like this because you kind of keep the money out of it, and you're building a collection that you can eventually go into. And I really like right now what I've seen people doing, because if I don't know if you noticed, the hobby's maturing now. So people like Kari did it. It's been a couple people that have done trades. Dutch Ghoul does it a lot. They do trades and then they talk about the trades more. We didn't have that in our hobby originally. Like people do trades on Facebook, in a Facebook group, and then you'll hear nothing of it. You just hear it if you were like inside of that situation. But now you see people talking about their trades and the angles that they're taking, and I think that's showing the maturity of the hobby, and that makes me excited because that's a lot of the content I watch in sports. In sports content, that's what you hear all the time. That's what you see all the time. I just think our hobby was so young that we couldn't do that before.
Yeah, I mean, our hobby was in the point where like it's like grab what you can when you can.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like I think a lot of that will start to happen, and so like I just feel like there's gonna be we're in this point where people are trying to figure out what to go after,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's cards slipping through at cheap prices
Mm-hmm.
because no one cares to get out of it anymore. So like for instance, Chaos Age and Crystal Shard, eBay auction went for $70 so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? I was
Yeah,
watching that and
yeah.
I was like, I want to buy this, but like I told you guys, I'm not buying right now, and I thought it was gonna go closer to 200,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like
Yeah,
150, 180, right? It was at like 60 some dollars.
yeah,
It didn't, and I said because I wasn't there to buy it, so I don't know who bought that,
yeah,
but it's things like that. I think that's going to keep happening, and there's so many different skins, right? There's so many different cards, and I think people are starting to spread out and buy what they like.
yeah.
Um, I don't know, it's interesting to watch.
But I mean, even kind of tying up, like appreciate that Omega, y'all. That is one of my prized possessions right there. That's top three. Man, that was a card that took me a while to get. I gave up a lot for that one trade wise, and it was all trade, so that's what made it even tougher. But the thing is, I went back. So remember how you was talking about this? We were just talking offline. Remember how you was talking about like what people like, what collectors like to do in their spare time. So some people like to, top load their base cards or things like that. Things that they just like to do a part of the hobby. I went back and reevaluated like my next hits, like what I have to get next. And man, bro, I have a long way to go. I have probably 10% of what I want my collection to be, but at the same time, I have my top three cards. So having my top three cards has given me this like rest period that I'm really enjoying. Like
Hmm.
it's just like this relaxing thing where it's like, okay, if something pops up, I may be interested in it. I can see if I can do a trade here and there. But honestly, most of the things that I want, the top level wise, like that top three, I have my Drift, Omega, and
So
Lux, and
you're
that's
you're
the win.
basically now you want better versions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And what I and so uh for the most part, this year has been upgrading my lower end grades, like the sevens and eights. I've gotten most of my cards to nines and above. And then we'll see what next year holds. If Dylan if what Dylan says happens, where the market maybe continues to go down, maybe opportunities will be there where I can upgrade those. I don't
Or
mind
at
that.
least stay
Yeah.
stable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because I don't think I don't think the mega boxes are gonna go any lower, in my opinion.
I think I'm more referring to like singles.
Yeah,
Like right now, I think mega boxes are at a good price for
yeah,
like, especially Series Two.
hmm,
You know what I mean? So compared to like other hobbies and stuff, like you can get
yeah,
those for under $200. I think that's great.
yeah,
So I don't know if those prices will. I'm more like noticing the trend for like single cards, what people are chasing.
hmm,
So those are the ones I start to see, especially if people start auctioning them off. Um,
yeah,
the auction ones definitely go lower.
yeah, for sure. I think. Well, to your point, what I've noticed though is a lot of there's been a lot more quiet transactions. The people have wisened up a little bit and haven't auctioned as much, and there's been a lot more of some quiet ones, and then you kind of see people talk about it. But that's been a great part about it.
Yeah, Warfighter. This is my toolbox of cards. Let me see. Is this man? StreamYard's going so slow today.
Yeah, it's tripping.
It might not be us. It might be StreamYard.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's
I'm trying to
pissing me
show
off.
Warfighter's comment. I don't know if it's popping up for you guys,
Yeah, it's
but
up
yeah,
there.
this is my toolbox of graded cards, as you guys can see. So like I've got my
Yeah,
PSA. This is my PS. So this is my tag shelf.
yeah,
This is my PSA shelf right now.
the good shelf.
This is my SGC shelf. So I've got my auras and other stuff. You got my Renegade Raider.
Yeah,
And then I've got this one, this big drawer you can't see at the bottom. And it's got some other stuff in it, like
yeah,
this Virgin Foundation comic and some other cards and stuff. So yeah, it's a toolbox that I like a lot. It fits slabs like really well. So you can get 3 rows by 1, 2, 3, 4. And you
hmm,
can stack them like 4 cards per
yeah.
row. So it can hold a good amount of cards. I haven't done the math, but it can hold a lot of
No,
slabs.
that was a great use for that. Honestly,
And then it's got like this shelf up top, which you can close and stuff. But I have it open.
yeah,
You guys can see more of my junk, and I've got cards on top, right? So yeah, that's how I collect my cards right now.
yeah. No, that's dope though. Then so Dutchgul has been. I mean, honestly, Dutchgul probably has been on a tangent for like. It seems as though it's been 3 to 4 months. But he has a card in here that I've been thinking a lot about, and we'll get into this, especially once we get through the recent pickups. It's something I want to bring up, but the frostbite, love the frostbite. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Raptor. And Havoc's there. That's one thing people don't talk about as well. That you have that combination of Havoc, Raptor, and Frostbite, and they're all the same. You know, the same style variants, whatever you want to go with.
Yeah, we don't ever really talk about that too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, that's a major one right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you have the black heart in a PSA 10. That's a higher grade, no matter which print it is. And then you have the BK in a PSA 10 base card. Man, this was the start. I have a soft spot for the BK base. Honestly, that was some of my favorite pulls. That's one
I
of those
have to
things.
say I do too
Yeah,
because like everyone knows, it's like no secret that I'm not a Black Knight fan, right? I
yeah,
could care less, right? I respect where he is and like that he's the chase and stuff like that. I
yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
But back in the day when there was only one series out, that was
Yep,
Series One, and we were chasing fat packs.
yep.
There were no mega boxes to be found,
Mm-hmm.
so the chase was hollows or base legendary,
Yep.
specifically the Black Knight. He was going for $600
Yeah,
each, and like now you can get them for like $50 to $100, right? But raw, they were going
yeah,
for $600 raw. The Black Knights, and I remember buying so many fat packs trying to pull them.
yeah,
I mean, that was crazy times, and I was chasing the Black Knight Hollow. I was like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter if you get a Black Knight,
yeah.
that's profit right there. It's like you're good, but like I was chasing that Hollow. It took me thousands of packs to pull a Hollow
Man,
just for me
yeah.
to sell for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Ash.
y'all know my story with that one, man. The BK days, love it. Yeah, they're all the same, Richard. Havoc, Raptors, and Frostbite. That's why I love them.
We've talked about my theory before, right? That which one's the female? Is it
Oh,
um?
I can't remember her name. I know what you're talking about though.
Why can I never remember her name?
You thought, yeah,
Valor. Let me look it up.
It was something tied to Renegade Raider, right?
Yeah, so my theory is that she could be Renegade Raider.
Is it the same? Is it a headhunter?
One
Is you
second.
you have to figure out if that's a headhunter. That I mean, that would
She's
kind of
series
strengthen it.
two, right?
Yeah, that would kind of strengthen the theory if it's headhunter.
Let me add this here. Let me see if I can find her on the checklist.
Car, oh, velocity. That's what it is. Kyrie and Richard. Yeah, I'm with you on that. If that happens, if it keeps dropping, I'm gonna be excited. I'm not gonna lie. If if those mega boxes go down any more than the price that it's at now, which I think is a great price in my opinion, which I will say our community doesn't really agree with that. Um, I'll go to that right real quick while Dylan is looking that up. But as of right now, our community looks at our community looks at the mega box 55% overpriced at 950.
55% think it's overpriced at
Yeah,
950.
yeah,
I mean, what I would do is go to sports and compare it to any of the big hitter boxes
yeah.
and what they go for.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can pull a Black Knight that is worth anywhere. Let's say a raw Black Knight shard is
Mm-hmm.
worth, let's say, 10K.
Yeah,
Super low.
yeah.
Okay, let's be generous here. Like 10K, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, a box for $1,000 that gets two shards. One could be worth 10,000. The rest could be worth your money back.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's interesting. I don't know I don't know what it should be.
And to your point, she does look like that does look like it's a headhunter. Uh I
Richard said Velocity isn't Headhunter.
isn't
I
is
I
then
can't
who is
really
it?
tell. Um, but at the same time, I don't think that like I put less into that than other people. If they have a mouse, they can change it to whatever they want. Um, Here's my reasoning: is she's got the dog tags just like Renegade Raider,
Mm-hmm.
and she also has the helicopter jack and all this kinds of stuff. And just like Renegade Raider has like the same, she has like a copter hat on too.
Yeah.
So that's just my theory. It's like they could definitely be the same person.
Velocity is a headhunter, by the way.
There you go. So
Yeah.
that strengthens that, I guess.
Yeah.
I know. I think they could be related in some kind of way, but that's just a really far fetched
Yeah.
theory by
Nice,
me.
nice little far fetched theory.
I've talked about it before. Because I used to have one, the
Yeah.
shard, and I sold it for super cheap.
No,
Um,
that's an interesting one though.
yeah, it's something that we don't really think about too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true when it comes to the dog tags.
That's true, but her being in there and wearing the helicopter stuff and having the dog tags, Renegade Raider was early. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like Renegade Raider turned out to be could be a huge character, so that's why I'm kind of like focusing on that.
Mm-hmm.
The rest are snapshots, right? And this could
Yeah.
be a snapshot of Renegade Raider. I don't really know.
Right. Right.
It's just something to think about.
Which is a whole different. I mean, that doesn't mean the story is going to stay that way, but the Donald Mustard era of that story is something hard for a lot of people to wrap their mind around. That snapshot compared to the actual character,
Yeah,
that's is definitely one of those things. And Kari, I couldn't agree with you more. I think the mega boxes are definitely undervalued for what you can pull.
yeah. I think so. I think so too. I would argue to do the math of the other hobbies, which I haven't done in like a while to look. I don't even know what the prices are for other hobbies right now.
Yeah.
But like that's what I would do is go and compare like what is a hit from National Treasures or
Mm-hmm.
something that's comparable, right? I think National Treasures is like 2K box, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So what's a hit like that divided by two? And like if it's on par, it's on par. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
honestly, it's like I don't know.
man.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
It's
just figure out like what would you pay for?
well, I the way I look at it is Kyrie brought up that there's at least 5 cards that's 3K plus if gemmed. I won't even have to go that far, Kyrie. I will go to there's at least 8 to 12 cards that you can get your money back based off the other card that's in there. So what I mean by that is that it's at least $500 to $800 with that other card being probably
Well,
200.
forget
You
that
know,
because we're not even thinking about finding it.
yeah,
So there's so many cards that don't pop up, right?
right,
So it's less about like what you could sell it for and like more of like what's it worth to you.
exactly.
Right. So like for $800, regardless of what I could sell it for, like if I could get Cuddle Team Leader Bright
Mm-hmm.
Bomber, Dark Bomber, um, even Peely. I'm not a huge Peely fan, but even Peely. You've
Yeah.
got Red Knight, you've got Blue Squire. Like all these, I'd be happy with that I pulled if I got two of them for $800,
Yeah.
right? Because you're not gonna be able to find them all the time. Like if I got a wild card in there that was really minty,
Yeah.
plus another card, I would not be mad. Even
Mm-hmm.
if I selling it, you get like 300.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't be mad because like there's none on there. There's none out
Mm-hmm.
there for that price right now.
Yeah.
It's less about like what it would cost you to like sell it or how much you
Mm-hmm.
make from it. It's more of like it's actually good odds. There's nothing out on the market really.
Yeah. And
If you go
that.
and look on eBay, like we should do that. Like how many of that wouldn't be a bad thing for us to do weekly
Mm-hmm.
is how many of the series one shards are on the market right now?
Yeah. I like that
Of the
actually.
200, was it 200 cards? I
Yeah.
think it's
Two
200.
hundred.
Of the
Mm-hmm.
200 skins, how many of the series one shards are on the market?
Bro, I
And what
mean,
percentage?
even just keep it simple. Think of the pump. Everybody wants to pump.
The Pump,
Everybody.
yeah,
Like
Dire,
it's yeah.
Fable,
Mm-hmm.
Calamity. Do I
Yeah.
need to keep going on? I mean,
I
there's
mean,
so many that
be,
the Ghoul Trooper.
because I mean, you think about it. If you go with the pump situation, right? So many people want the pump, but to your point, even if you pull it and you're not even basing it off of what you can sell it for, it's that scarce where it's like, yo, I pulled this card and I'm gonna hold it just off of this, even if it's a card you didn't want. It's just one of those things that you have an opportunity. If you open a mega box and you don't get a pull that you desire to have in your PC, you still can do very well with honestly the bare minimum, especially if it gems. That's a whole nother question.
I
That's a
mean,
whole
I know
nother
my
thing.
I get it in the sense like if you only have $900 to spend
Yeah,
in general, like do you want to
that's
risk
not
it on that?
no.
It's like no, probably not, because like
Mm-mm.
you're gonna pull you're gonna pull the freaking spatula
Mm-hmm.
and one of the dumb skins like one of those racer ones or something, or
Yeah,
the fake Jonesy guy.
but
Um
man, it's
that would be
and
my luck,
yeah.
to be honest. So I'm saying like the odds are pretty good, but at the same time, you still could not hit. So I'm not saying like bet the farm on it, but
Yeah, you can definitely hit. Yeah, I mean, I know a collector that just ripped, I believe, 4 mega boxes over the past couple of days, and he pulled a great card. I won't. He didn't mention it, so I'm not going to say it. He pulled a great card, but all the other ones were duds, and the things that were duds, which I agree with him in the aspect of what you're searching for at this time, when he grades them, they're still going to do very well for him if he's trying to move them to go into other cards or to rip or other mega boxes. He still did very well, and that's what I really do like about to be honest, series one and series two. You can go both ways with that.
yeah, I'm like looking 13, 14,
It's a
15.
it's a good amount, right?
I just went to the legendary list real quick on FortniteCards.com,
Yeah,
and 16 of the legendary cards I would be happy getting.
yeah,
16.
yeah.
All right, 16. So let me go. All right, this is 17. See if there's any ones over here. Most of those are I'll be at 18, 19. I'll be okay with that. 20, 21. Um, maybe 22, possibly. Let's see.
It's
Ooh, 23 for sure. 24. Let me see what else we got here. 25. I'd be okay with this one because it's from, I think that's from season 6, I believe.
yeah.
26, or am I at 26 or 27? 27, 28. Let's see if there's any. Man, series 1 is actually kind of stacked. I'm not
Bro,
going to lie.
listen, I
Uh,
be trying to tell you, bro. That bit is
29,
stacked.
30. This is just my preference, guys, not like all of them. I'm just saying what I'd be happy with. Maybe the Drum Gun 31, 32 for Nogobs. This reminds me of my wife, so 33. I know there's like a $70 one of these cards I've been looking at online. Um,
It's a lot,
I
bro.
shout out Bullseye for
Wes,
Westrom. And then we got where's my pump at? I mean, the Klinger. That's damn near 40 cards because y'all know the
bro.
pump. Y'all know the hunting rifles one, the SMG too. Might as well throw the AR in there. So that's around 40 cards I'd be
Bro,
happy to get.
look, wait, just look at this though. Like this is so this is I treat my collection like
Wait,
sports.
can we like
Yeah.
make these solo?
Wait. Don't make it too big. Don't make it too big. Make that smaller.
He said never mind.
Yeah. Hold on. Make that a little bit smaller. There you go. That's better. Yo, but you know,
No,
this is like
it's glitching. They're gonna be able to see.
it's glitching.
It
It's
got muted
good.
for a second. You're good. You're
All right,
good.
all right. So like this is
He's
like
so
how
secretive.
yo. So I just have to, I have to keep going through it. But the list is long, especially for series one, like you just did. I did that probably 4 or 5 times, but it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize there's like 40 cards. I should do that for series two. Also, let
I did
me
it.
let me do this right now. So one, two,
I did it for series two. Let's see.
three, four. For me, five, six. This is just me too. Like I'm not counting like what's gonna pop off or anything like that. Did I miss Zadie in that list?
I had 31 in series two. Honestly, it was way more than
Eight,
I thought.
9. Let's see, 11, 12. I'll be okay with Echo again. 13. Let me see.
Richard
No.
Richard said he got the screenshot of the iPad.
I'm telling you that I knew they were gonna do that. As soon as you said something, they're like, no, don't show a big screen. They're gonna be like, hey, we better grab that. Whatever it is, we better grab it.
Nah,
15.
nah, nah. You good?
Like I don't care about 8 ball, but everybody wants it. Maybe 16.
Hey, ball that boy.
I don't know why everybody loves 8 ball so much in the group. 16.
First of all, A ball is one of the
17.
the best made male skins when it comes to like actual outfit. The all black militant with the 8 ball mask. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
top tier right there. Yo, Kyrie, I like
I,
this take. I like this take a lot. Kyrie said he actually likes series two more,
yo, I'm
especially at 200.
at 200. All right, well, look at maybe at 200. It's not even that. It's less than 200, right?
Hmm.
So there's about 20-ish skins from Series 2 that I like. And this is why when Series 2 came out, I was mad at it, right? It's like I really only liked like top 5 for me maybe are in here. Like we have Aura, we have
Hmm.
Hush, Zadie. But like there's about 20 cards in here that I want from
Yeah,
Series 2. Whereas Series 1 I'd be happy with 40-ish cards.
yeah,
So that's something to be said. But at the same time, like you can get it from like 125,
yeah,
right? So you doubled the chances in series one for 5 times the price.
yeah.
And also the money's not there too. I think series one's at a. I think series one's. I don't know. Series two is a pretty good price, I guess.
Well, and glorious to that five. Don't get me wrong. I like series two a lot, but if it's just five series two megas
I'm
compared to
going one series one.
yeah, not five. Maybe now if you talk about 10 series two megas, that's a different. You can dud series two really, really bad. Like you
Well,
can
yeah, there's only 20 cards, right?
yeah.
So what's that? What's that rate? Like to hit one of your cards. I'm doing series one. I think I think it's 20 series two to one series one. I think.
I get where you and I kind of agree with that because it's one of those things to where it's like how Inglorious said you can do pretty bad with series one, but at 1K, even if you don't make your money back, you can still make moves in the hobby, like whether it's trades
Yeah.
or anything, to get the cars that you want. Especially if you double them up. Like so, if let's say both of them were duds for you,
Mm-hmm.
you can take those two and kind of move into something else, or you can get close to. Series two, you can dub really bad. I'm gonna be honest, and I love series two, but you can strike out really bad. And most of the time I did, and I know Dylan did as well. So and
Yeah. Well,
it's
series three, I did the worst on. So I'm about to go through
yeah,
series three here and say, but like series two, only 20 cards. Series one, 40 cards. That's a big difference. Dang, maybe I should buy our freaking series one box.
yeah. No, Kari, who said no? If you go to 20 series two megas, that's all different. No, that's
I
different.
I, I would do. That's what
Yeah,
it would take
yeah,
for me.
20.
I would
Yeah,
need 20 series two megas. If I had to choose, that's what I would. You couldn't get me a 10. I'd rather have
well,
a series one. But if you went up to 20 series two, I might take that.
yeah. Now, Inglorious, I'm gonna add this to it, and I know Dylan's gonna agree with this as well. The other thing you're fighting against with series two is technically harder to grade than series one.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you pull that card, or if you pull a mid tier card, the likelihood of you gemming it to even be able to do what you need to do is going to be a little bit tougher than usual. I've thought about these things too. At first I was at 10-1. I was like, I think I'll be comfortable with 10-1. I think if I'm being honest, I would be. Like if somebody offered me, I'm lying. I think I'm still taking that. I'm lying, bro. I am. I'm lying. I would definitely
Yeah.
take a Series 1 Mega. I'm not gonna lie.
It
But if
literally
you get,
has to be 20
yeah,
Series 2
yeah,
Megas.
it has to be 20. It has to.
And so is Series 1 overpriced at that point? No, I don't think it
No,
is.
no, I don't think so. So Kyrie says 6 Series 2 is better than 1 Series 1 Mega. I mean, I can see that because like like we're saying, there's definitely cards in Series 2. We're not denying that.
Yeah.
But if you dud, you really dud in Series 2. Like it can get bad.
Like I'm take value aside, guys.
Yeah,
My chance to hit something I want is actually higher
in
in
Series 1.
Series 1.
Yeah.
So just take all the values aside,
Mm-hmm.
it's double, right?
Yeah.
So my chances to hit something I want in Series 1 is double my chances, and this is me personally, I get
Mm-hmm.
that, a Series 2.
Yeah.
So that automatically doubles the price for me.
Like because I mean if you okay, off the top, like Dylan said 20, I'll say 15 strong. I agree with the 20, but I'll say 15 convincingly strong in Series 2. The chances of me pulling those cards, oh man, is which is an actual good thing for Series 2 long term. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
When Series 2 hits $500 a mega box, that's going to be an interesting conversation. But you really can I think I'm still on the side of Series 1, and I think Series 1 mega boxes are undervalued right now in my opinion. Um and matter of fact, I'll take it even a step further. Based off of what we've seen, people that have been ripping mega boxes from Series 1 over the past 4 weeks, I mean, eh, the value's there 100%. I have to say that, from the Andrews to the West Drums to the Mats to the other collectors that like to stay a little bit more quiet that I won't mention, the ones that's open in mega boxes right now, they're hitting. They're hitting. That doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. That doesn't mean that they haven't had duds, but it's a little easier to get a card that has potential, even if it's not one that you want. That's the way I see it.
I just looked. I am pretty much even actually. I thought I liked more skins in Series 3.
It's interesting, right?
So here's the thing. There's a lot of skins that I think have potential, like people are gonna like.
Hmm.
I think Series 3 has a lot of skins that people play with and stuff like that. But for me personally, still around 20.
Yeah,
Series 1 did the best for me, but I've been playing since Chapter 1. That's probably why.
yeah,
Um, I'm going with Series 1 Mega Box.
yeah. I think I'm with you on that.
I think it's underpriced. I do think it's
Yeah,
underpriced. Now that I'm looking at like my chances to pull what I would want,
yeah.
if you had the value in it, it's a no brainer. Um, yeah, I don't know. But
I'll
you
take.
you did say an interesting thing there. You were talking about crap. You were talking, and I don't want to forget it. You were saying about for like Series 2.
Hmm.
So for Series 1, there's like 40 cards I'd want, right?
Yeah.
Series 2, it's a lot less.
Hmm.
So for those cards, would they potentially, the ones that are good, would they
Hmm.
potentially have a much higher ceiling than we originally thought?
Yeah.
And like, guys, Aura is one of those cards, so take what I say with a grain of salt.
Right.
Because, but I don't really have that many Auras left. I've like divvied them out. We gave one away to the
Yeah.
channel. Um,
Hmm.
so do those cards get extra value because they're harder to hit?
Hmm.
Like if there's 40 cards I want from Series 1,
Yep.
but only like 20 or so from Series 2, shouldn't those 20 actually be worth more? They're harder to hit,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah. I'm kind of agreeing. I do agree with that because the way I see it, if it's one, obviously it's just logic. If it's harder to hit, but then you're fighting against grading. So now it's harder to hit and it's harder to grade.
Mm, that's
so
true.
so it's kind of I mean, if you open Series 2 at any point and you're collecting life, you understand those edges are nothing to play with. Those, I
Yeah.
mean, the corners can be sharp as a knife. And then you see those edges, and it just takes you immediately down to a 9, more than likely a PSA 8. I mean, you see cards like
So I'll give you an
yeah,
example.
go ahead.
Is because this is not a big one, right? This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorites that I rock a lot is rocks,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got like four of her now,
Yeah.
and they can't seem to 10, um, because of what Rob is saying. Is like series two just gets all these. You can't really see it, but it's got a
Yeah.
9. It get edges. It gets whiting everywhere for series two. Whereas series one was actually very very clean,
Mm-hmm.
very clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can see
Yeah.
it with the Ice Queen. She
Yeah.
only has like 3 out of like 30 something that
Yeah.
10 or something like that.
It's also obviously I have one right here, oral, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep because of I
The
gotta
Aura's Aura's an interesting
yeah,
one.
I will have to eventually move that one. If anybody's interested, I'll give you a deal. Uh, but your boy made a move, so just cleaning out a little bit.
Is that a graded one or is that raw?
Yeah, it's a PSA 9.
Interesting, man.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, that's once again, Kyrie also said it. Series 2 Optichromes are extremely underrated. Um, Completely. While Dylan's looking for that though, somebody, where was it? Phantom said he will take 2 sealed cases of Series 3 megas for 1 Series 1 mega.
Like that's what it would take.
I'm trying to understand. Hold on. So if you had a Series 1 mega, you would give it up for 2 sealed cases of Series 3. That's what you're saying?
Would I do that? 20 times
No, I'm not doing that.
$30 is what, 600?
Hmm.
So that's $1,200 worth of product from Series 3.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either.
Well, okay. It depends on what you're trying to. If you're trying to do like margin, like if you're rip them on, then you're doing margins on cards. You definitely, if you played your cards right, you probably can make some great money. With the
Jason, I get that it does cost more than 950, but what we're saying is that Series 1's underpriced. Because I wouldn't do that.
I'm not. I
I'm
wouldn't
not
do
giving
that.
up. If I had a Series 1 Mega, I'm not giving it up for two Series
Yeah,
3 Megas
yeah,
cases.
yeah. Nah,
Even
it's
sealed cases, which get a premium.
yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, so yeah, for Phantom, we were right. So get wow, that's that. I mean, that's a hot take. I respect it. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do that.
I mean, he's saying cases, right? So sealed cases, which
Yeah,
do get a premium.
yeah.
I still wouldn't do it.
And I
Right.
guess I mean if you look at long term holds, I can see where he's going. Like that, you have a bulk, you have a good amount of value in Series 1 megas already. Uh Series 3 is at dirt cheap. So now if you're talking about like keeping the case sealed,
I think
I
I'm with
couldn't do it,
Warfighter.
but
I like
I get
I
you.
like skins from Series 3 guys. So
Yeah,
like, but I just did the math. It's like 20 skins,
yeah.
and they're like way more printed than Series 1.
Hmm.
Now, two cases, even a sealed case of Series 2 is a different story.
Yeah, now
That's
that's
a different
different.
story. Those
Yeah,
skins are a lot more. Those cards are a lot more rare, just as
yeah,
rare as Series One, and
yeah.
harder to grade. So I would do this like a case, but I'm not doing Series Three case. Yeah, no, I'm not Series Three. Series Three is decent, but I think Series Three is good for like people who can't afford Series One and Series Two. To
I
be
think
honest,
it's a great entry point. It's all of those things. And it has a lot of growth to still be seen. I don't think I can do that, but I respect that. That's a hot take, Phantom. I'll give you that one.
Oro Series Two Cracked Ice Oro, which has potential in the Fortnite storyline, has
Yeah,
connection to Midas. Who knows? Because Donald Mustard is gone. People
yeah.
are always throwing stuff at us.
That can be completely dudded at this point.
It could
But
be completely deaded,
yeah, or
but there's zero tens out of
yeah,
30.
yeah.
This is almost. Is this worse than the Renegade Raider from Reloaded? 0 out of 30 versus 1 out of. What are we at?
Take
80?
take close enough, close enough.
Right?
Yeah, and I mean you look at Ice Queen as well. I mean it's man, it's crazy some of these cards that's just impossible. I think Lynx is another one. Matter of fact, we might as well stay. Dylan, go to gemrate.com real quick.
Free shout outs over here.
I know, right?
Trimrate.com.
If we get sponsored, y'all can't say we didn't use it before. Go down. Now just keep scrolling. Go to non-sports cards.
You have to help me out here.
You
Where
scroll up, right.
I
Now you
see
got
non
my, yeah, there you
sport.
go. Yep. Now go to Panini Fortnite, which is second.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Or that's the
No,
promo. Here's
go.
Panini
Yeah, there you
Fortnite.
go. Yeah,
So I'm looking at this is the total graded. This is a gem rate.
yeah. 36% gem rate. But click that. This is a. If you go to 2019, real quick. Now you can go to. You can also go to, if you wanted to. You can also go to parallels, which is that switch to parallel view in the top. That left, right above trend. Go down a little bit.
I see.
Yeah, but you can go to switch parallels, and now you can see. So you, if you went to crystal shards, but I seen some hollows in there as well. Like this is all the gem rates for all of the cards. Specifically PSA. I think they're trying to get to. I think they're trying to get BGS and SGC synced in for Fortnite cards specifically, but
Mm-hmm.
they're working on that as we speak. But
So
you look at
30%
30%.
cracked ice for
Yep,
2020
yep.
and 44%.
44% is crazy.
So let's duplicate that again.
Yep.
One,
54% gem rate.
58%
58 for
cracked
cracked
eight.
ice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So those is just like we were looking at those gem rate
Which is
numbers.
interesting because
It's
it
crazy,
was
right?
yeah. So series two is definitely let me get these in
It's
order for you guys. Series
series
two
two
is
is slept
definitely
on. Slept
it's
on for sure.
hard to grade.
Yeah. And I mean, you have, I mean, even I was looking at series one Ghoul Trooper Hollow, right?
Hmm.
I didn't know it was going, I didn't know it was moving the way it is. I mean, it's, I
Which
think
one?
it's Ghoul Troopers series one Hollow USA.
Yeah,
So
what
go
about
to
it?
just go to it real quick.
On here or on
Yeah, on here. Yep. Go to Hollow and then go to Ghoul Trooper.
Oh yeah, I knew this. You mean the gym rate was so low?
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was low, but I didn't know it was that low. I
Yeah, I
it's
knew it. I've been tracking this, how low it is. I don't even collect hollows. And
yeah,
you know, Gold Trooper, I was watching it. It's so hard.
yeah, nine at
69 total.
9%. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. And I think the base are that way too.
yeah,
Gold
yeah.
Trooper in general is
Uh,
like, it's hard.
drift base is that way. Drift base is hard to grade. Um, it's just it's so many
Real
nuanced
quick,
things. Yeah, go ahead.
before we forget this, I'm sorry guys. I don't know how it is on your end, but it's going super slow for us tonight.
Yeah,
StreamYard.
yeah,
Um, so Phantom said that Series 1 is more scarce than Series 3, but is it 40 times less? One of the things you're forgetting is demand.
yeah,
And so is it 40 times less? I don't know. It could be.
yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not. It's
I
probably more
doubt it,
like
but yeah,
it's probably more like 5 times more like less scarce, more
yeah,
scarce, I mean. Um but if you talk about like demand and like what skins you want, like I want 40 of the Series 1's, right?
yeah,
Versus the Series 3 is 20. And then
yeah.
Series 3 has more cards than Series
Mm-hmm.
1, right? So that increases it even more. That 20 versus all those cards. And
Yeah,
then you have the fact that Series 1 did not have a hobby chasing it, collecting
yeah,
cards, keeping them safe. I was here. People were ripping up cards. Like a
mm-hmm,
dire cracked ice thrown away.
mm-hmm,
Like people were just like, no one wants Fortnite, blah, 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 throw it away.
yeah,
So that takes into account too. So I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if it's 40x. It's I take it away from prices sometimes because it's kind of hard to fathom what people are going to value in the
yeah,
future,
mm-hmm,
than just like what it was produced at, right?
yeah.
I think
No,
there's more multiples to think about.
yeah, no, and to Jason point, no, series three has value, but when you compare it to series one, that's when it's a little bit of a reach. Because y'all know how I feel about Midas Laser, but also y'all know how Dylan feels about Focus, Kuno, and the list goes on.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Like Series
but
Three is not, Series Three is not that it doesn't have value.
yeah,
It's just your chance of pulling something. Like if you have Midas Laser,
yeah,
we were talking about like you already have the good pulls. We're talking
Yeah.
about the boxes that you're pulling,
Yeah. For sure.
right? It's so much harder to pull. Like I've ripped so many Series 3 megas and haven't hit anything. All the focuses I had,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't have anymore. I got a really good deal to somebody, but like under like super cheap deal. But like those focuses,
Yeah.
like I bought those as singles,
Yeah.
right? Because I couldn't hit them. Like
Yeah.
99% of what I bought for Series 2 is singles. So if you have them, they're still good. And I don't think Series 3 is all about Midas. I think there's a good amount of there's like 20 good cards in there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, but are you gonna be able to pull those versus a Series 1 pull?
Yeah.
And so I just think Series 1's a better buy.
No,
You
for
know, Black
I.
if yeah, Black Ash has all my good deals.
Yeah.
So like
I
I'll either give Black Ash a good deal or I'll give it away to you guys. I don't know. I sell good deals in the Facebook group too. So like if I'm ever selling anything, I give a good deal in the Facebook group. So y'all
then
just look there.
so Bobby says he'll need 3 Series 1 megas for a sealed Series 2 case, and I love Series 1 megas. I love these perspectives. These are great ones because uh I think it gets so narrow. We get so narrow sighted when it comes to certain things, but like perspectives like this, it just shows you that it's so many
But
different ways of looking at
But what
stuff.
Bobby's saying here, people has to realize, like he's putting an emphasis on like the sealed series.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
say like a case. He did not say a case.
Mm-mm,
He did not say a case of them. He said a
mm-mm.
sealed Series 2 case. So if you guys don't know, like cases, you put a multiple on that, right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
sealed case, so it gets higher up the chart.
Mm-hmm,
So I get what he's saying there because the sealed cases are actually even more hard to
mm-hmm.
come by. So there's a
Yep.
whole nother layer.
So
If you had the
he's
word sealed into there,
yeah.
would I trade a sealed case of Series 2 for Series 1? Probably not.
That's
Not
that's
a seal,
that's a
not a
lot.
sealed case.
That's a little different.
20
That's
boxes,
yeah,
20 boxes of Series 2. I might do that,
yeah.
but
Be,
I don't know about Series 2.
because the
I mean, a
reason why
sealed one.
to Dylan's point, the reason why that's a little different, besides what he was talking about the multiplier, the reason why that's a little different is because there's
Black
so much
Ash.
value left on the table when it comes to Series 2. It's nowhere near where it's gonna be for sure.
Hmm.
Series 1 is gonna fluctuate just because it has so much value already. It's so strong. Series 2, we all can agree that it's kind of underappreciated at this time. So a sealed case is a little different. That's definitely
Sealed
different.
case is always cool.
Yeah,
As somebody who can't keep stuff even
yeah,
sealed in like non-cases, is like I have a bunch of sealed stuff like in my watch list on eBay because I do find that interesting. Like a sealed case is kind of gives you
yeah,
like, oh, you have
yeah,
a sealed case of that? That's kind of crazy. Um, so I get what you're saying there. That's
yeah,
yeah. I mean 3. Yeah, at that point, because like 3, that'd be 3K. I
yeah,
don't know what sealed case is worth. I think a sealed case is worth like 2-ish,
yeah.
right? Maybe.
I think so. But yeah, so I'm gonna tie Warfighter's comments together. He said, I really don't think Series 1 was much less print run. I don't think Panini was all in with Fortnite. They make so much more from sports. And then he also said, is Series 1 scarcer? Yes, but I think it has more to do with the fact that the cards weren't falling in collectors' hands. So a lot of the Series 1 ended up destroyed. And both
I
can
think
be
it's
true.
my thing is for Series 1, and we've talked about this.
Hmm.
And I don't have a lot of Series 1 cards. Richard has more than me. Rob has more than me.
Hmm.
But Series 1 is so nostalgic
Hmm.
to the early Fortnite players.
Hmm.
It's extremely nostalgic. Series 2 and up have hugely playable skins, which we talk about all the time. So I think all of these have really good points that we need to pay attention to.
Yeah,
But if we want to talk about like collecting and what tugs at people's hearts when they're collecting, like why do people like Charmander and Charizard so much?
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
mean, the starter Pokemon, if you look at the starter Pokemon, like Venusaur, what's the Blastoise and Charizard are kind of like the three main ones that people chase all the time. It's
hmm,
because that's what like Ash started out with, right? So it's like it's nostalgic, right?
yeah,
So Series 1 has that in the back. I don't think there's a single set that is more nostalgic than Series 1.
hmm,
And so we
and
have to add that. That's another multiplier on top of it.
hmm,
So we're huge on gameplay.
yeah,
Like we think that's major.
hmm,
but the overall nostalgic is over that, in my
Yeah,
opinion, I think.
yeah. It, and to, I think both can be true. And what I mean by that is, yes, series one is scarcer because of those things. That
What's the Series 2 case? I thought I saw one for 2,500.
no, I seen some around that price.
I've seen some
Yeah,
Series 2 cases for 2,500 in the
yeah,
2K range,
yeah. I
I
mean, if you
believe.
think,
If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm
because
pretty sure
it's 20 per case, right?
it's 20 per case,
Yeah, yeah,
and they're going for roughly like 125.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, even if you put it at 150, it's 3K, so, and that's putting them at 150 a piece. But obviously, a case has a
I mean,
multiplier,
at one
especially if it's
point it
sealed.
was way higher. At one point
Yeah.
it was way higher, but I did see a case in that range not
Hmm.
too long ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still up there,
So it's
but
fluctuating in between those prices somewhere. It's somewhere in
yeah,
there.
yeah. But I did see it for a huge amount. I remember what's his name from the Facebook group used to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I promise you, I had it in my watch list. I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah. 35. So Bobby said 3,500. No, it's yeah, even
There
3,500. That's
used to
a
be one. I was
mm-hmm.
watching it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Bobby. I think it's supposed to be higher. I
Yeah.
think there was one that was even higher than that at one point. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was in like the 6K range at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But I did see one around the 2,500 price mark a few months ago. I was watching it and
Yeah.
I couldn't buy it, but
I
I
know
was
which one.
watching
I
it.
know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I mean, but even in that 3K to 3,500 range, that's still. I mean, if you
That's
really,
even low. Like
that's
I
even
mean,
low. That's low, bro. That's
sealed.
low.
So people like what they're saying is sealed cases get a premium, like a big
Hmm.
premium, not even just like a couple $100
No,
premium.
it's a big premium.
It's a big premium. Especially the further we get away from the release date, that
Yeah.
premium goes up, right? So I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And I was watching it. It got. I'm pretty sure it got bought, but like I was
Yeah.
watching it for.
Hmm.
I want to say like a couple weeks at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one
Yeah.
too, the
Yeah.
20K
That
one.
one. That one's been sitting for some years. You know. Which let it sit there. I think that eventually, as time goes, things change
I mean, because that
drastically.
talks about the rarity of it, right? Because they
Yeah.
are rare. Like you had to like have saved that and got that from
Uh huh.
one of the retailers.
I
So
don't blame them. Like if you have a seal case, yeah, you know,
I do want to give a shout out to JL and who else said it? And was it Jason who said it? Who have never sold a single Fortnite card. I envy you guys.
yeah.
Um, I'm always buying and selling my favorite cards and buying them back. It's
I can't.
part of my crucible.
I can't even envy it because I wouldn't even have the cards that I have now if I didn't at least sell to acquire or trade into. So I
I
appreciate it
envy
for
it.
sure.
I wish
Yeah.
I was in a position where I could just buy the cards and keep them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Build that. Build that
That's the
collection.
dream right there.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah. Build that collection. Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
but
doubt MC ripped all his. I'm sure he
no.
still has a crap ton sealed.
Yeah, no, but those like you said, Dylan, those collectors that your collection is just slowly growing or is growing and you're not taking anything out, that's dope. I like it.
It's so dope, right?
Yeah.
I think about cards that I've sold still. It's like I don't know. Everything's at my uh, everything's at my Black Ash museum. I just have to go find it.
Yeah, I will say that I did, but I just sold a card recently to go into a new card, and it was the first time I sold in what was it? I think it was either 11 months or something like that. So it's been a while,
Hmm.
you know. And I've been chilling for most of the year, just upgrading. But that's what I love about it. Every year looks different.
I I like it. He says, or I used to deal with bologna and ramen. I'm mad about. I mean, still, I'm still jealous of that mindset.
Yeah.
If I did that, so like we went out to eat, me and my family did. So it's like trading cards or take my family
Yeah.
out to eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So like with 5 kids and wanting to like do everything and all this kinds of stuff,
Hmm.
you got to put your priorities where you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but like I'm in it for the fun.
Yeah.
And I know, like, so, like, if you guys want to, like, I think, like, buying and selling is a losing battle. It's kind of like stocks, right?
Mhm.
Like, if you're in this for the long run, you want to just buy and accumulate, like, for the
Yeah.
long run. So you guys are doing it right, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not investing advice, guys, but that's the way I see it. It's kind of like the stock market.
Yeah.
Um, it's just buy, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
what I do. But
Also, I think having a plan for your collection really helps as well. Because if y'all go back to all of our lives, I think it was almost between 4 to 6 months straight. I didn't have a new pickup because technically, going up in a grade is different, but I'd have a new pickup. You kind of pick your moments, and then there's other moments where things fall into place. And I had a couple of those moments recently, which is perfect.
see, Jason bought one of my Rocket Ride PSA 10s, and I still have my other one. I'm kind of sad I sold that, to be
Yeah.
completely honest. I just graded one with tag. You got a freaking 8.5.
Yeah.
So I need to get another one to tag so they can get me a 10 and tag.
J-
What do you think of the Series 3 promo sets? So any of the promo sets, so when we used to not know about them, they like started popping off and getting super expensive. But now we have a
yeah.
lot of information about them. Those are probably the most printed cards of any series.
Hmm.
So the promo sets are the most printed for Series 1, most printed for Series 2, and definitely for Series 3. And I know this because I know people who were talking to people at Panini who they were pretty much handing them out almost.
Hmm.
And that to me, because I bought a crap ton because I saw that Series 3. If we want to talk about the quality cards, we have Chaos Agent, we have crap, what else do we have in there? Um Skies in there, I
Sky is in
believe.
there. Yep.
So the Series 3 promo set was really
Really
good
good.
compared to
Hmm.
Series 2. Series 2 was trash. Now I like when the skins in it just visually, but overall, like the reputation of those skins is trash.
Hmm.
And it was overprinted. So Series 2 one, unless you just want to have all three complete sets, but Series 3 one, I don't know about value because if you look how many cards of Midas there are,
Hmm.
there's gonna be more promo sets.
Yeah. And and Dylan covered the series three uh topic perfectly, so I'm not even gonna touch on that. What I will say is I've been thinking about series one promo set a little bit. We've talked about this before, but bro, there's only a shard. And you know what I mean? Like it
That is the thing with
yeah.
Series 1. Well, that's for all of them though.
Yeah, that's for all of them. Yeah.
So there is only a shard. So we do have to take that into account, right?
Hmm.
It's like there's not a hollow version.
Mm-mm. And it's one of those things. The only reason why that stuck in my head a little bit, I was watching sports content, right? And they were talking about how like after like 2003 not after 2003, but like surging from 2003, there was a lot more 101s and things like that. And it was like at this time there was only specific cards that had it was one parallel. It was
Yeah,
one parallel for a while. And I was like, that's interesting because the promo set, it's one parallel. This is what you get. Yeah, it has a lot more produced, but that's it. That's it. So if you want Galaxy, that's right there.
that's
If you
true.
want Mary Marauder, so it's different ways to
But
look
you,
at it.
you have to think with it is serious. You have to look how many are printed. I do agree with like JL though. Like when they talk about like how undervalued they are, like
Hmm.
you can buy the Chaos Agent one. Like
Hmm.
he's one of my favorite ones from Series 3, so I have him in my set here, my
Yeah,
tag set, right? So I have him here,
yeah,
and it's a nice card, right? And you can get
yes.
him for like $20.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, it's still undervalued, but at the same time, what do I think? It's like I think there's a lot more of them than the other cards.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it goes both ways. But what you're saying is they don't have a hollow version or
No.
a base version,
Hmm.
which is something to think about.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
something to
because
think about.
because y'all know that for series three, I like Cloakstar, Mary Marauder. I mean, series one, Cloakstar, Mary Marauder, and Galaxy. And those are ones that I'm gonna have in my collection, and it's probably gonna stay when that happens because that's all it is. And those are beautiful cards. I mean, especially Mary Marauder and Galaxy. Those are like iconic skins right
Yeah, those
there.
are.
You
Yeah.
know, is you can't. And I mean, even if you put Cloakstar in there, Rabbit Raider, series one was actually pretty solid when you think about it.
No, the
You know,
Series 1 promo set was really good.
yeah.
Series
Series
2
two
fell off of a cliff.
jumped
Like
off a
if I was
cliff.
to say like if you had to pick, go for Series 3 or Series 1.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Series 2 is not that great.
Yeah.
in my opinion. Um,
It's
Now
it,
they keep
yeah,
talking about the laser promo.
yeah.
Yes, and
That's
a lot of people
major.
can't find it. That one's
That's
major. It's
major.
like there was only a few, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many there were, but they're like gone now.
Yeah.
So like I haven't been able to see them.
No, so yeah, we can't overlook the laser aspect of the Series 3 promo. That's a
That's a
major
different
thing.
league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like one of those things. None of this is like a sure thing, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's so many nuances, right? There's gonna be so many people who don't know the laser promo set exists.
Yeah.
Um,
It's man. It's
that
interesting.
is
It's
interesting.
because when you think about it more, now that there's nothing else coming out, when you take a step back and you look at, there's actually a lot of cars that have a whole lot of different type of stories to them.
Hmm.
You have, just like Daniel just shared, you have these core cars that's in the back burner of everything else that's happening, but they're great cards as well, and they're unique, they're fringe. But Reloaded has popped so much that I think a lot of the focus that would have went to more fringe sets has went to Reloaded, which is a great thing because it was so overlooked for so long that
Or prototypes.
or the prototypes.
I think the prototypes took
Good point.
most of that,
Yeah,
right?
good point.
But now
High
people are
and
starting
low
going.
end.
Now people are starting to go into Reloaded, which
Yeah,
I think is great because I love it. It's a great set. Like where the prices land, I have no idea with Reloaded.
yeah,
But it's definitely a fun set.
yeah,
I actually haven't gone once. So I haven't got. So we just went through like 40 cards I won from Series One, 20
yeah,
from Series Two, 20 from Series Three. I don't know how many from Reloaded because like look,
yeah,
like I won all of these right here. I don't know if y'all can see those. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. I mean that's 20 cards right there. I know
yeah.
I went the Ghoul Trooper, Glow in the Dark, the Renegade Raider, the Jonesy. So it's already. I mean, they're easier to hit, but there's still
Well,
more cards I want.
so remember how I said I like to use sports analogies for my card collecting, right? Originally, I was saying like basketball team with the D League or the G League, whatever you want to say.
Hmm.
I'm gonna kind of switch that a little bit, right? So we're gonna go to an NFL team, 53-man roster, and then you got the practice squad. So that's after looking through the sets, that's what my collection is gonna look like. It's gonna be a little bit more broad. It's gonna be a little, uh, when you have a 53-man roster, you have that player that has a great personality, but he's never going to be a top player. That's
Hmm.
kind of how my collection is going to shape out. It's going to be a little bit more broad than I thought it would. It's just Fortnite cards are great, man. There's so many different cards that you can collect, different ways you can collect, and we'll see how this
So
looks 5 years from now.
Warfighters bringing up the Series 3 Italy Cracked Ice promo set, which is a whole nother thing to it. What do you feel about that? To me, it's like I don't know. How do you?
The series 3 Italy cracked ice promo is rarer than the laser promos.
Yeah. So the Cracked Ice came out. My thing is the lasers are the only promo sets that are laser,
Yeah,
and you've got the US Cracked Ice ones already.
yeah.
So like I know that I guess it seems like the Cracked Ice ones from Italy are rarer per se, but like they're not that
It's
much different.
yeah.
But I
My
mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know.
No, I kind of agree with that. I think my eyes automatically are drawn to the rarity of the
And I don't even
lasers.
like lasers like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're different is kind of cool.
The cracked ice did come out of nowhere. That's once again another story tacked on.
Yeah.
Because
There's like
it
so many different
yeah,
layers to
yeah.
Fortnite cards that we have to like freaking
Bro.
like remember.
Yeah, like I watched this collector. He's Kyrie knows about him. His name is slipping my mind. I think it's Marshall something, but he owns the PSA 10 Mickey Mantle, right?
Hmm.
And he was talking about how the stories make the cards, and he has all these stories about these first sets of baseball cards.
Yeah.
And as I'm listening to him, I'm like, Fortnite cards literally have all these tilts and turns to it, all these nuance, just like you said, all these nuance
Or the
aspects of
Black
the
Knight
hobby.
and the
Yeah.
NOI packs. Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Yep. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
See, I don't look at my cards like you guys so specifically.
Yeah.
Um, like I have a freaking toolbox back here. It's like I
Yeah.
grab the skins that like mean something to me, like from the game that I
Yeah.
like, and I just grab them. I don't make like a starting five. Besides Aura and Hush,
Yeah.
like I mean, if we want to talk real, someone was asking earlier, like these ones that no one like these are some of my favorite cards,
Yeah,
right? And I can't put my cards in a lineup, but like these comic cards, and yes, as someone asked earlier if the PSA has done them. I've seen them on eBay. I almost bought them.
yeah.
I missed out because I'm not buying cards really. I say that, but like stuff happens. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying not to for a little bit. Um, these are some of my favorite ones. Um, so it's hard for me. I don't do like the whole like top
Oh
five. I
man,
just
it's the for me personally, it's my favorite part about it because like okay, so for instance, when I was redoing my list, right? The way I was doing it, I was getting stuck of what I'm gonna be like chasing after my next 10. And where I was getting stuck at, the way I broke out of it was I was like, okay, if these cards were on a table, all five of them, which one would I pick first? Like if they said you can only take one. And that's I the reason why I think of it that way is I think you could tell the story of your collection so much better with these little things. Not saying that you have to have it because, like you said, you collect differently.
yeah.
I think that's what I love about it. That it just kind of it tells a story, and that's my favorite part about it.
See, this is what I like. Yeah, Warfighters. If my cards were a team, it's the entire.
That's
It's the entire Olympics. Like
yeah,
every.
yeah,
That's kind of how I feel. It's like you gotta have a backup. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
and the
gotta have like
entire
a PSA 10, Olympic player, and you gotta have their PSA 9 version too.
yeah. I mean, in Olympics, it's still first, second, and third. So that's that's the beauty of it.
Uh, which which one? Which model? He
Oh
said.
yeah, his name is the collector is Marshall. He's like the old school collector. It was a great interview. He has a couple interviews out there. All you have to do is look up you really have to only look up sports card collector. He's gonna pop up somewhere.
So we talked about this before, Phantom. After Renegade Raider from Reloaded, we have said that Meow Skulls is a very close second.
Hmm.
Um, I say that because of those kids, and like so when I pull Reloaded, I have him in a plastic. I don't have him graded yet. Reason why I haven't talked about him too much is like I'm not a huge Meowscles fan personally. But like I sleeved him up because like kids liked him, and if you go and look at Fortnite.gg, you can see how much love he gets. Like it's
Hmm.
crazy how much people love him.
Yeah.
Um, I mean he's a cool character. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Very cool character. So like I'm not surprised that kids are asking about Meowscles.
Yeah.
Meowscles and Renegade Raiders are probably what kids are gonna ask the most about.
There you go, Marshall Fogel. There it is. Yeah, and yeah, Jim at Mickey Mantle is it's insane. It's insane. Oh, Black Ash come with a counter. Midas is second. His rookie card.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that one either. So I
Yeah.
sleeve him too. Um, Yeah, since he didn't come out to Series 3, if he had come in Series 2, I'd be like, no, right?
Hmm.
But he came out right before Series 2, so this technically is his rookie card.
Yeah.
Question is, like, what are people going to look for first when they get past the Series 3? So
Hmm.
once they get through Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, and finally get to Reloaded, what are they going to look for first? They
Yeah.
already have the Midas. They're going to get the Midas from Series 3 first.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter. That's what they're going to do. Then they're going to look for skins that they don't have yet, like Renegade Raider, Meow Schools. That's what I'm thinking, right?
Hmm.
But then eventually people might start thinking, well, actually, that's not even his rookie card. I have a PSA 10
Yeah.
minus from
Yeah.
here, right? So that could happen. But like, at what point would that happen? That was gonna be way down the line. I feel
Way
like,
down the line.
you gotta get to this. You have to get to the cards that don't have cards yet. That's what I think, anyway.
Yep. Yeah. This was great for pulling this up, Curry. He was saying how he focused on keeping all his cards by one grading company. He valued having the best cards possible, and he never rushed to obtain the cards he wanted. And that's that I even before
That's
seeing this that
legit.
yeah, that's kind of the especially that part of uh kind of raising your grade as time goes on. Once again, I don't have to have a 10. Me personally, I am a PSA 9. Like that's my lane, but I'm in this hobby. We're here. We're doing this every Friday. A time's going to come where a possible PSA 10 option comes up, and I'm going to take that if that opportunity does come up. And that's the beauty of it. You just got to keep upgrading as you go.
I mean, it is kind of a sports thing, Warfighter, but then again, it's not. It's like what card came out first,
Hmm.
right? Like the earlier card in most collections,
Yeah.
is the valued one. It's the hard one to get. And like Black Ash is saying, PSA 10 Reloaded might outperform Series 3 Ice 10 because there's gonna be so few,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So I can
That's a
see
good
that.
point. That's a good point. And to what Dylan is saying is
Like
like,
real quick,
yeah, yeah,
when we say rookies, we don't mean like the actual term what a rookie like hits their
right.
rookie
You can
year.
use first appearance if you want to. Whatever word you
Yeah,
use, it's still going to
yes.
be the
You look
first
at
of what it
rookies for
is.
sports, you look at
Yeah,
first appearance for comics. Whenever the
yeah,
first piece of that
yeah,
character or came out as a
yeah,
collectible is kind of what we're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's more of a, you can use first appearance. I kind of fluctuate between both. It really, is first appearance rookie. I mean, rookie is more natural.
Hmm.
Uh, but you can say first appearance since it's characters. But they mean the same thing.
Like that's I don't know anything about Marvel, but does Marvel have something like that? Like, is the first Marvel Spider-Man worth more than the future ones?
Yeah.
The way they did it was very different. I feel like, but
Well, no, it's very similar. What I was trying to think of when you said that though, I don't know if they say rookie or first appearance, but it is based off of comics though. So
yeah,
if they say first appearance, it kind of makes
that's
more
true. Like the
sense,
collectible is actually the comic.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a branch off of
See,
the comic,
that's
which is a
interesting. All right, so
yeah,
let's talk about that for a minute because for like comics, right? I
yeah,
think comics take a majority of the collectors from Marvel,
yep,
right? And then like the cards are like a subset.
mm-hmm,
So we have to actually think about this, right? It's like in the future,
mm-hmm,
where is the demographic going to go? Or are they going to go both? Because they
right,
didn't technically go both for Marvel.
right,
It went 90% comics, maybe 10% cards.
10% cards, probably less. Yeah,
Yeah, probably less, right? So
yeah,
what are they going to do for Fortnite? Is it going to be a comic heavy thing or is it
mm-hmm,
going to be a card heavy thing? That's something
yeah.
interesting to think about.
Yeah. I think that's a good perspective because the trickle down effect is going to be unique. Even
Oh,
because yeah, go
appreciate
ahead.
it, Colton.
Yeah. If you even think about it, if 5% trickle down from Fortnite, that's crazy. You
Oh
know,
yeah, like from our market in general, but I'm talking about
yeah.
like if you're
What's
looking at both, right? They're both Fortnite cards and the Fortnite comics don't have nearly an amount of people that could be buying them. Like
yeah,
so they both can go up. But
right.
like the question is like what is most likely to happen? Are they going to go into cards or going to go into comics? I
Hmm.
will say that comics is a hobby that is not as popular as cards is today.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, you have
Which
that argument. So it's just interesting to think about. I don't have an answer, of
for
course.
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
just throwing wood on
I
the
like I
fire.
like that. I like that thought process. Uh Kyrie said, going from a PSA 7 to an 8 to a 9 is huge. But even by you focusing on a PSA 9 USA Crystal Shard, you have a plan and you still have the best type of card you can for the particular skin.
So
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you know what's crazy
What?
is with tag. So this is gonna piss me off. I didn't feel that too much, like with the nines and tens, right? It's like okay, I got my card, but tag gives them a freaking number,
Yeah.
and one of these dang things is 987,
Yeah.
and a pristine is three more points. A 990 is a pristine. So that
Yeah.
kind of I kind of agree with he's kind of saying is going from a 7 to an 8. It's like, am I gonna want to get like if I'm on eBay and I get it, not many people are gonna be grading this, but if I see one that's a couple points higher,
Hmm.
it's like, dang, I have to have the highest aura.
Yeah.
That might be me. You know what I mean? It's just like hold up. Like once you have a 10, you have a 10, but you have the best one.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
mindset. That's a collective mindset right there. Do you have the best
Do you
card
have the
out there?
and that's people can act like that's not a thing, but it's a thing. It's
Yeah,
it's a thing for
because not
sure.
all tens are actually equal, right?
No, not at all.
So, like, do you have the best one?
I mean, how many times have we went on PWCC with that high definition and you flip the card and you see the back and you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
not
we
that's
always
not a
like,
strong 10. Yeah.
yeah, we do that. That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Is interesting. It's interesting to pay attention to because it's gonna happen throughout time. What's a strong 8, strong 9? I have cards that's a strong 9, and then I have some cards that's a super weak 9. So
Yeah,
it just depends on what it is.
I try to say that I'm not like super focused on the grades,
It's
but
hard not to be sometimes.
yeah, it is hard not to be.
Because
Um,
even
so now,
I stood on that hill as well. I stood on that hill. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
9 is good, but then you're like, but I'm here though, and if cards keep dropping, if prices keep dropping and the opportunity shows up,
Yeah.
it's like it. You have to at least consider it. And that's the beautiful part about it.
Yeah, I agree. The ice in general is going to hold value,
Hmm.
Jason. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like the chrome, like you're saying.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like it is. That's what the ice is. It's established itself as that. But then you've got like the Mickey Mantles, like the base cards that came first that are super hard to grade, and
Hmm.
those are hard to argue against.
Yeah. Well, and to Jason's point and to what you were talking about, I even think about, you've brought it up on this end, the Luca Prism. Then you think
Yeah,
about the 86 Flare set. Obviously, that's the featuring Jordan. Uh, it's eons of those cards, but the even though the pop is extremely high, the people that want that card outweighs that number. You know what I mean? And that's what
yeah.
it really comes down to. And
The
a
demand.
lot of yeah, a lot of those 86 flare collectors collect like where it's like having 8 to 10 of the Jordan flares. A lot of them do collect that way because there's so many. So they have the disposable income to have 18 PSA nines because there's so many PSA nines, and they may not have a 10 and they can trade into one. Things like that. So all those things we can kind of look at history and kind of mirror it to what's happening now.
Yeah, I mean, I really hate coming here on Fridays because I come and talk to you guys. I was like, I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything. And then we just get in here. We started talking about cards. You got me pulling my cards out of my freaking toolbox, and it's just like, dang, I need to go look
Yo,
on eBay and see what I'm trying to get. God dang.
yeah.
And like cards that we were talking about a plan, and like
I got
I'm the
man. The plan got to be strong, bro. The
you
plan got to
guys
be
have all these
strong.
plans, and like I'm just kind of like I just shoot off the hip, to be honest.
Yo, it's you know what I realize it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that
No,
to be
I
honest.
I
Yeah,
I, I think what you guys do is great. I'm not talking
yeah.
about. I'm not saying what I do is good. It's just
N- No,
it's just how I am.
well, my problem for me with shooting from the hip is, soon as I do that, something comes up that I need. Every time I like shoot from the hip that I've shot in from the hip is like, dang, bro, I just brought these 3 or 4 cards over the past month, and then this moment pops up and this card shows up that I needed, but it all went into these cards that I felt were great value or that would be nice to have in my collection, and now I have to try to sell these before the auction ends. you
Yeah.
know so so those things, like, I'm like, nah, I want to just relax, and just kind of pick my poison.
Yo, what's up, Brian? Thanks for
What's up?
tuning
What's
in. We
up?
appreciate it, even if it's for a minute.
all
Thanks for
the
saying
internet
hello.
all the international viewers, we appreciate y'all.
All of our viewers
Hopefully,
in
yeah.
general, but yeah, the people
Yes.
who come in at like
Yes.
3, 4
Yeah.
in the morning,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you guys too.
As time goes on, hopefully a new set comes in, where we eventually figure out something for the international. It's going to take a while.
Well, we did the
But
giveaway, and
yeah,
they got it.
yeah,
They received it.
yeah, yeah.
So,
So
but I get what you mean. It's like that's why I don't have a plan. It's just I just literally search eBay.
yeah,
And if I see something that I want it, and I try to get it. Like the wild card popped up, and I grabbed that. Still haven't gotten it, by the way. It's still freaking. We gotta talk about this eBay
that
authentication
eBay.
thing.
Oh man, that crap is
Like,
terrible.
are they just trying to save money on their end? I don't know what it is because like, I trust they know what the heck they're looking for? No, I don't. They're really just
Yeah,
checking to make sure it matches the listing,
yeah,
which I guess is like it protects them and it protects the seller and the
yeah.
buyer.
Hmm.
Oh man, is it frustrating? It's like I want my card.
Yeah, and it's also to this, like, Kyrie was talking about how he slightly tweaked his game plan, and it honestly looks very similar to what mine's is, and I tweaked mine's recently as well. But he was talking about how a PSA 8 USA shard looks amazing on display. Uh, that's where some of my regrets come in at, because it was some cards that I moved based, not based off of grade, but based off of me feeling like I can get it back. And we all know that is like the cardinal sin. You have to understand, you either can get this card back or you can't. And you have to know this. Because if
Hmm.
you let that go and it's one of those cards, and I talk about it all the time. That card is Dark Bomber. Dark Bomber, I probably should have negotiated a little bit more. And another thing, I probably shouldn't have showed that I had it. These are just negotiation tactics. But that was one of those ones that I think about all the time. That won't
I,
happen again. I promise that.
I like it. So I think there's two different things. There's a plan, and then there's a focus.
Yeah,
And I'm one of the collectors who never has a plan, but at any given time, I have a focus on like a general area,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That I'm searching for. There's a
yeah,
period there where it's like I'm 100% focused on comic art,
yeah,
right? And then
yeah.
2 weeks later, I switched it
Then you
to
pivot out.
specific shards. And then the DK Peru came out, and I was 100% focused on that,
Yeah,
right? And that's kind of how I go. I just get into like these focus areas. I don't necessarily plan.
yeah,
Um, Plans would be great,
yeah.
but like I say, I'm more of like a big focus kind of guy.
Yep. That me and Kari is on the same page. It's the low grades, but to your point, I do like what you're saying because if you once again, if you look at it in sports wise, you're working on every facet of your game, so you have a holistic game. Your game is kind of well rounded. You can do a whole lot of different things, and you may not perfect one area, but you can do everything. And that's kind of like you're collecting. You have a focus, and you kind of just keep pivoting in and out of it. And then when you look back on your collection, it looks a lot different than you probably would have thought it would.
See, I hate everything that I sold. Like I wish I never sold anything. There's only one thing I don't regret, and it's selling my promo set.
Yeah,
But besides that, like everything else, I
yeah,
wish I kept. All my auras I've sold over the years. I
yeah,
wish I kept. My Renegade PSA 10. I wish I kept. Um,
man.
there's a
Oh,
lot. Yeah,
oh,
boy, what's going on?
what's up, your boy Kari? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because Brazil tens is a whole nother conversation. Like I think if you, especially if you gym it yourself, that's probably one you should hold on to. You know,
You remember how many tens I gemmed on
yeah,
my first sub?
yeah. It's man, it's tough. That's something that you probably should hold on to. That's why I love these conversations because one, it makes me feel like I'm not tripping. Like obviously, you can see the chat. Some people collect the way Dylan does, and then some people collect the way I do. And that's the thing. I think that's what makes eBay interesting because every sale comes with a different plan or a different scope. You know what I mean? And I think what's unique about it. I mean, I take that back. I regret trading down Zadie too. I think I regret that a little bit. But what I got from it, I can't regret. The cards that I got out of that trade is something that I can't look back on. But it's all a part of I think the way we collect is all a part of it. Whether you don't sell anything at all or whether you sell to get into cards or you just sell in general, it all kind of encompasses your collection.
If I had to say the one thing I'm planning, so like I like what Kari said about the collector he was talking about,
Yeah.
and they got everything graded in one thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the only thing that like
Commit, commit,
there's
commit.
only one thing that's gonna like see this is why I can't commit, right? So like I think I'll put all my PC in tag,
Yeah.
right? Because then it's gonna be harder for me to sell. So and it looks beautiful, so that's gonna be like my commitment right there,
Yeah.
right? But then you got stuff like Renegade Raider, where I'm just trying to get that pop two spot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So like I can't commit to that fully because like,
Yeah.
but so I'm
I
gonna
think
try to. That may be one thing I'm trying to plan.
Well, I think you may not be able to do it that way, but I think you can have two sections of your collection, and that's what that would end up being. You know what I mean? You'll just have two sections of it. It's
See,
like the
I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I just can't do a plan. I just gotta collect as much
yeah,
as I can. This is all
yeah,
I can do.
yeah. I think because I think without a plan, I think I wouldn't have the top cards that I have right now. It's just it's no way because I had to sit back so many times and be patient. And then, I mean, it's because we talk all the time when it comes to this. It's so many cards that I let auctions slip out of my hands. Just
Well,
and
that
it's
chaos agent the other day,
yeah,
that was slip. seventy
it's
six dollars for a chaos agent.
man, that is
Oh,
it's tough. It's tough.
that one hurt. Yeah, the ones that you just let go,
Yeah,
like the ones that I didn't like. I was
you remember
watching.
all of them.
Yeah, the ones that I was watching and I decided not to pull
Yeah,
the trigger on,
yeah,
those ones hurt the most. Like, remember the Gold Trooper?
yep,
And I was watching it till like
yep,
3 in the morning. I was like, I'm supposed to get paid. Should I buy
yep,
it? Buy it? And then I didn't. It sold, and the next morning I got paid. I was like, of
bro. It's
course.
it's those things like that you don't forget those moments because the price is cemented in your head. The time frame that you gave up on it is cemented in your head. It's all of that comes into it.
Yo, what's
Wow.
up, Sven?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Appreciate you.
Yeah, $75 hurts for sure.
Dude, man, I was pissed when I saw the final. I was hoping it'd go up for like at least 150,
Yeah.
under $100.
Well, the worst one is this is hands down the worst one. When you lose an auction that you gave your all to, and then that same raw card gets a 10. Oh, that is death, bro. That is death.
Dude,
Like,
Taylor, don't
oh
bring that
man.
up. He just said that the USA cracked ice shotgun was like 100 or 200. I think it was like 100 something dollars.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's like, yeah, I think about that one all the time.
I-
Now,
It's
Brian, I disagree. So for this, for me, and I buy it. He says
yeah,
like he simply because the seller there's zero feedback and lack of picks. Unless there's like a huge red flag, like they
yeah,
put the card upside down and you don't see the front, and
yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like I buy it.
yeah.
It's like if I have to return, I have to return it, but I'm not giving up the chance for like the card I want.
No, that can't happen. It's and to the shotgun point, because I tell this all the time. My flaw with that was it was so early on. I legit thought, I'm pretty sure other people thought, I'm like, it's a weapon. It's gonna pop back up.
That's
Is
what I
it
thought. It's
and
like
I'm like,
this is amazing.
oh
I can. Were we even doing this show back then? I can't
no,
remember.
no, we weren't doing it yet.
'Cause I was like, I was watching it. I was like, okay, I want this, but it's a weapon. Not many people are gonna chase it, and it's
Yep,
listed for over $100. I've got time. I'm gonna
yep,
get it.
yo.
Yeah, no, that's.
No, Kari, it was terrible. It was terrible. And
Oh, he said negative feedback, not zero
oh, negative,
feedback.
negative
Okay,
feedback.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's different. That's different.
yeah,
I feel you. I feel you on that one. I agree then.
yeah, Kari, that hurts, man. Especially because it's a homie it's when you're so close to so many people in the hobby. And first of all, it worked out well on my end and his end as well. So let's put that out there. But when you find out, it's like, yo, I just lost this auction. Oh yeah, that was me. By the way, bro, that got a 10. I was like, oh shoot, what? Like,
That's me and Black Ash every time there's an
yeah,
auction. Like literally, it's like we need to start talking before auctions, but we don't
yeah.
want to tell the other person
You
what's
try
on
to keep it
eBay.
quiet. Yep,
Right, because then because we know what each other want.
yep,
It's always the same thing, and then like it just happens to be like we're chasing the same thing,
man.
pushing the price higher for each other.
And it's a lot of times to that point too. It's a lot of times where you don't even have to talk to some of the collectors in the hobby. You know who's going after it. You and it won't even be like one or two people. You know, five people that. How many times have I said I'm like, yo, I'm going after this, but I know such and such is going. I'm chilling. Like for instance, when the 8 ball popped up for the first time in 8 months, I was like, I'm not even thinking about it, bro. I know how this is gonna go. Just because I know who needed it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just back out on this one. I'm not even participating.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Crap! I just forgot what I was about to say because Jason said this about the eBay. What was I about to say? What were you talking about? I just completely blanked. I remembered something and then I
it's
lost it.
it's gone, bro.
That's gonna bug me so bad.
It's
Oh, this
gone.
is what I was talking about. The comics, the black and white. These
Yep.
ones behind me here. These ones.
Yeah.
So when these were popping up from Clover Press,
Yeah.
because we did it, we talked about them on the
Yeah.
channel, and it's
Yep.
like I wanted them, but I said there's no way I'm going to win any of these auctions
Yep.
because I know 9 people who are going
Yep.
after these things.
Yep.
So it was just too impossible.
Oh, Brian and Richard, 100%. You have to do this. Not Richard. Who said that? Yo, Kyrie and Brian. You have to do that. You have to check. Sometimes you just gotta do a check. Like, yo, are you going for this? And then it's like you gotta have a conversation. And sometimes you'll find out, like, yeah, I just think it's gonna be for great value. But like, all right, I understand. Can you just like back off this one, please, so I can get an opportunity? Sometimes it work out, other times you gotta kind of slay it out at the top.
I don't think the hollow one got shield past. Which one is that? Are you talking about a specific auction?
Oh no, I don't think he talking about the monofoil, right? I
I
think
don't
it's
think so because I bought the
no, that's
first.
a
I
yeah,
bought the first monofoil that listed on eBay, and I bought
yeah,
it for 400, and I still have it.
yeah.
So those prices legit.
I
It's just
actually,
the
yeah,
demand probably died a little bit for the comics right now. I'm gonna throw this up real quick, just because he asked. June 12th,
yep.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
Bam! Come on, show. I don't know what is wrong with StreamYard
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Sorry, guys. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. There we go. All right, June 12th, 2019 is when Series 1 was released. That was the
Yeah.
release date. And then you've got Series 2, which was 11/18/2020,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2022 was Series 3.
Yeah.
And like if you guys remember, there was a huge delay,
Yeah.
and we kept saying Series 3 is coming out, then it got delayed. Series 3 is coming out, then it got delayed, and it finally released in 2022,
Yeah.
which was kind of crazy. We missed a whole year. Which actually, now that you think about it, it's like, well, no, I guess it's about to be 2020. Now it's about to be 2 years since the set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. No, that but yeah, Brian, I'm interested why you think that because I think, to be honest, I think that's pretty fair of a price that it
Yeah, I know. I sold.
sold for.
Yeah, I mean, I sold my raw one for 600.
I sold my
Uh,
raw one, and this was after that initial boom. I sold it for like 480, and that was and it had scratches on the back, and they seen
I'm
that.
also watching some that I might pay 500 for.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if it was showed. I guess it could have been.
it could
I
have
don't know
been,
if people
but
did.
I don't think so. It could have been though,
If you're talking about a specific auction, I don't know. I'm not talking about specific. If you're
because I
talking about
think
the
it. I
overall
think
worth of it,
Well, I think it's because it jumped from like something like 320 to 5 to the initial selling price. It was something like that, but I don't know. I don't think it was show. I really don't.
yeah, that's not a crazy jump because I bought it graded in
Yeah,
like the 3 to 400 range as the first one. And then if you go look at, you want to talk about like, if you want to look at the promo set, went from, I like the promo set I bought for 250 off of eBay, the whole promo set. And then like 3 months later, it's selling for 11,000. And
yeah,
you want to talk about like jumps? Like that's a jump. Like the
yeah,
monofoil, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, maybe it was some.
Okay, so yeah, you're talking about a specific auction. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe, yeah. That
If you're
could.
talking about this, the overall price, no. But you're talking about a specific auction, so that
So,
might that's
so
maybe
you're
not.
just talking about that was you? Do you think that was good value though, Brian? Like, what price do you think it should have sold for?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a.
He said, "I know who it should have been 500 easy." I don't know.
Oh, 3 days ago. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I haven't paid attention.
yeah.
Was it
Uh,
raw?
no, it was what was the it was a I think it was a 9.8 if I'm not mistaken.
It was an auction for
Double
9.8.
check. Brian will let us know.
Brian, was it a 9.8 that sold for 500?
I'm almost positive it was. I think it was, bro.
Then I don't know that like who's. Nah, that's that. No way. I would have
Yeah,
bought that.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Dude, I'm
I don't
saying I think
cuz like
I was kicking myself for not way before all the hype that I didn't buy one for 400.
yeah. I mean, now to your
My
point of
second
like
one.
to your point of the zero bidder and all of that, that could be. I haven't looked deep into that. But the should have been 500 easy. I don't know about that statement cuz that I mean, that could have definitely went should have could have went higher in my opinion.
Yeah, I think 500 is fair. I would have bought that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
If I had the cash. I'm not buying right now. I'm just saying
yeah.
like I'd buy that for 500.
Yeah. That's that's
But you
interesting
guys know I like the comics, so I've been buying the comics. So
cuz it's had a pretty steep fall from grace of what it was selling for.
well, it jumped
Uh
up so fast. It's
yeah.
like for it to keep that kind of demand.
What Brian, what do you think? You think it should have sold for 500? If you I mean, should have sold for 500 is a little I don't know. I think it's one of those interesting ones that based off the like Dylan was talking about earlier, a lot of things are going down and it could go down more, but I think that was a pretty
Yeah,
fair price.
yeah. I mean, for how rare it is.
Yeah. If it
Um,
was shield, that's different. But I mean, I do
Yeah,
think it
I'm not
was
saying it couldn't be. Someone can
yeah.
do whatever the heck they want. Because like, if it's an auction, there may not be enough people looking for it. Like, I'm not looking to buy right now, so I wasn't even looking for the auction.
Yeah. Yeah, like now this aspect of it, it could not have been paid for. Yeah. I could see it, things like shilling happens all the time. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
definitely could have happened.
that that
But
that, that makes sense. I'm
but
just
if
glad
that wasn't the
we're just
case,
the story
yeah,
across, like
yeah,
just so we can understand.
yeah,
Um, nah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't auction anything.
no,
There's only 15 of you guys in here right now, so like, I wouldn't auction anything right now because you're just gonna sell unless you need it to sell. If you need it to sell, sure, auction it.
yeah.
Like I'm looking for snipes at auction prices.
Yeah, for sure. That
So,
but I don't everybody sent these in, so I do want to make sure I get through these recent
oh my
pickups.
bad. Go ahead. Go
No,
for it.
yeah. No, so I want to go to the next one. Did I change it? I think I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's loading.
It's slow today. I don't
So
know what that
sorry,
is.
guys. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on with Streamyard.
Uh, so once again, these are I believe these are Italy pickups. I think I have this one. I told him to send me a voice. Well, he sent me a voice memo on how to say this. I think it's Emmerich. I think that's what it is. If I butchered that
Emmerich,
again,
right?
yeah.
Emmerich.
Next
Okay.
week I'll get it. I'll get it right again. Just bear with us. Uh, but great cars: Oblivion, Valkyrie, uh, Omen, and then I always forget his name. What is it?
You're
Dang, I
talking about the
can't remember.
samurai guy?
Yeah, I can't remember his
Yeah, I
name.
can't remember his name either.
Yeah,
I
but I really do love the way those showers are hitting in the sun. I know that backside, man, taking your showers out in the sun from time to time is definitely dope to see. We already know who this is. This is Wayne. Wayne
picked
got
up
another
another
one.
one.
Got another one. Musha. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Then
Musha.
Brian J that's in the chat right now. You know, he got the Sizzle Sergeant. Uh First of all, her card looks really nice with that orange background. I can
It
definitely say that.
does. It
Yeah,
does. Yeah.
it's a very clean one. And then once again, Aura Cracked Dice, PSA 10. That's the style that I wear if I wear Aura. So I really do like
That's the
Series
style
3
I
Aura.
don't wear.
Yeah.
Do I don't think I had that shard yet, do I? I had the did I sell the
Yeah.
laser?
And then you just got people like Bobby, man. This is his submission back. Dylan might recognize some of these, but but
Whew.
yeah, bro, this is only page one. Then so he attempted to get a PSA 10 in Ice Queen again, and once again, like everybody else, it didn't go that way. Jim the wild card, PSA 9 Hush. I know Dylan likes that one.
I love
Uh
Hush, man.
Man, I mean, just looking at these cards, he did great. He's a consistent Jimmer for sure. He's one of those guys. So I love seeing this. Uh
Series one and series two hit differently. Like
they
series
hit
one,
different.
series two look good together.
They
I'm
do.
telling
And
you.
matter of fact, if you go back to this, you when you see the scans, you see exactly what's different between the two. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
but it's only if you like look really hard because
yeah,
otherwise it's like
but
if
in
you
a
look at
good way.
Hush, Hush
Yeah.
looks like it fits. It fits
Yeah.
along.
It's that dark base in series two, but it pops beautifully, honestly,
Yeah,
especially with cars that have a lot of black in the outfit. It looks really well.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Kari,
is a nice sub.
that sub is insane. yo, yo, who's Bobby? That I like that who's who when you see a card that you want.
Who's
Listen,
Bobby?
yo, from last week, I got that. I think I got 4 DMs saying who's such and such based off of what we shown today. So it's a great way to show off your cards. And if you are moving them, you also get some traction that way as well. 8 ball, and I believe that's it. Italy. I believe all three of these are Italy. I can definitely
Are
tell the
you?
Aura and Pili. I can't tell
Yeah,
if the 8 ball is. I can tell.
I bet you it's Italy since the other one's Italy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can see it. Uh
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, but those are some great cards right there. The Pilly clan. Then this is Nick. Man, Nick is a different type of collector. Obviously, he has a football card up there because he's a top tier football collector. But this is kind of what we are talking about. These are the weapons and pickaxe cards, something that you kind of felt back in the day that you were going to get easily. And then it turns out,
I heard that some of these are going for sale,
yes, this weekend. So look
and
out for those,
I
y'all.
no longer have a USA hunting rifle,
But you're
so
not buying right now, though.
um,
I had to do it, bro. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
it depends. Like if it goes for auction,
See what happened was,
see what happened was no one's going to go after the PSA 8 hunting rifle, so I should be able to grab that. You know, I don't
yo,
know how, but
yeah, yeah. He's putting these up. So he said that in his comment. So look out for those because they're definitely
except for
coming.
the hunting rifle.
Except for the hunting rifle.
Stay away from the hunting rifle, please. That's all I say.
Richard, that Aaron Donald is crazy, right? Especially with Joe Burrow right there. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a dope card. But David said Crazy how there's not very much subs for Series 2 compared to Series 1. Like Ruby, zero PSA 10s as
What?
well.
Some
Yeah.
already sold? Oh, I didn't thought he was listening on like auctions.
Oh no, I think he was just saying they up. They're up for sale. So we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure a couple of them been cleaned out already.
Gosh dang it, man!
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not buying anyway. I
This was a
guess.
nice Series 3 pack right here. I know Dylan likes this one. Double Agent Hush and
What
Suki
a
in the
nice
same pack.
pack. I like
Yo,
both of
you
those.
would have
Ooh,
died for this when we was opening Series 3
how
boxes,
come
bro.
this doesn't happen to me?
This would have been crazy. Yeah, those colors went crazy for sure. Then we got
Dang.
so Kyrie. Oh, Kyrie, I forgot to put the whole context of the Kyrie. Can you drop it in here real quick? The context of the trade. So I don't want to butcher it, but while I'm waiting for Kyrie to do that, Kyrie traded for this Ice King PSA 10 USA, and I believe it was 5 to 6 USA Hollow PSA 10s and one PSA 9 Rush Lord uh Crystal Shard. But I'm gonna let him give the exact so y'all can know. But just remember that he traded the Ice King for this. I love this trade because it shows the series 1 PSA 10 hollow value compared to a major series 2 card for cracked ice. We've been talking about series 2 and series 1 all day, all night tonight. So what did you think about this one?
Well, I will say, interesting thing about the Rust Lord is that it has the Unreal logo on it.
Yes, it
If you
does.
guys don't know that, the Unreal logo is basically Epic Games' old logo from a long, long time ago.
Yep.
So that's the only thing I'll say about it. I think
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool feature for
But
that.
but what did you think without I know Kyrie will give the context if he's still here, but even if without context, I think it was PSA 10 hollows, I believe.
Five
Uh
PSA 2 Hollow
yeah,
Series
series
1.
1 USA, and then was a PSA 9 Russ Lord hollow. I mean Crystal Shard. So with that, I think it was a pretty dope trade, honestly. What do you
That's a
feel?
pretty. What I don't know what the hollows are, which makes it harder.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll get it real quick. Why guess?
It
Kyrie
makes it.
posted.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
here he goes. Ginger Hollow, Carbide, Raven
Raven,
Hollow, ooh, Blue
Blue
Squire
Squad.
Hollow, Hybrid, and Rust Lord Crystal Shard, all for an Ice King cracked
PSA
ice.
10. Yeah, I think that's a I think that's a good one. Um, I like
Well,
it.
I'm a cracked ice person,
Yeah,
but those are some nice hollows.
yeah,
Those are some nice
yeah.
hollows. That's some. I think it might be. I'm kind of with Black Ash. It might be fair.
Well, yeah,
Um,
what I mean by I like it. I think both sides
I
won.
don't. I
Yeah,
obviously I don't know what price. I'm not looking at current prices, so I
yeah,
don't know about price rise. The
because
Raven, the Blue Squire, really make it. I
yeah,
think.
there you go,
I think. I
Brian.
think it's. I think it's. I think it's.
That
I think it's a fair trade.
yeah, it's and like for
Yeah, I
the
think that's a fair trade.
yeah for context, like Brian said, Ice King is like pop 13 for
Well, I think
gems.
both are nostalgic.
Yep.
JL. Ice King is nostalgic. It was a
Hmm.
really crazy season.
One of the
Um,
best seasons for sure.
yeah, I mean it was a pretty crazy season. And then you've got Blue Squire, you've got Raven,
Yeah,
Hybrid, Carbide. Both are pretty nostalgic. Even
yeah.
Rust Lord, kind
It's
of.
it's very
Um,
debatable. It's very debatable when you get outside of the first couple seasons. Like, so I'll say like obviously the inception of Fortnite Battle Royale to season 4, season 5, like those first couple of seasons, those 5 seasons, right? But gameplay wise, season 7 might have been the best season out of chapter 1.
I mean, season 6 is my
Yeah,
favorite,
because you have
but
that. Yeah, it's
season 7, like if you want to talk about like game wise, like theme,
yeah, yeah,
right? It was kind of on point. Like I remember I'm going to that castle, trying to figure what the heck's going on. Are we getting freaking dragons? What are these chairs that are knocked over? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was in the battle pass. We had like Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
Ice King was doing some crazy stuff. We got that freaking sword.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
And man, I would be lying to y'all if I would say 2 years ago, Ice King would have been a 7 out of 10 across the board, like aesthetically and just a card that I want. It is probably a 9.5 out of 10 right now. That card has to be in my collection. It's just about this list right here.
I got rid of so
It
many
falls in the
Ice Kings.
category. It's
It's not one that I'm like crazy about personally, but the comic made me rethink that a
Man.
little bit.
Yeah. So Brian has a crazy hot take right here. This is crazy. Not crazy as in you're crazy, Brian, but it's an interesting hot take. He says all series ice overrules hollows.
Now, I think all series one, series two do.
No, you
I'll
got to go
take
with what he say. What do you think about what he said though?
you saying all series ice.
Yeah.
I guess not all.
Yeah.
Like all series ice for the ones I want. Like if it's an aura, let's go with let's go with one that's not aura because you know that one kind of pops up. Like this one,
Yeah.
like I'm taking this cracked ice over
All
um,
hollows. All
all
hollows.
hollows.
That is
No, maybe. That's rough. That's rough.
David
All right,
agrees as well. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting.
I think that at some point cracked ice is going to be so out of range for a lot
Hmm.
that hollows are going to really go up. If you look at like if you take sports into consideration, how people are chasing like base cards, and you get the
Yeah.
super rare ones, and then you've got like prisms and stuff. I
Yeah.
think hollows are going to be like chased,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So like at some point, yeah. Right now though, it's like these are so hard to are going to be so hard to come by. I kind of get it. It's kind of hard though when you say any. Whenever someone
Yeah.
says like any
Yeah.
or
That's
all, that's
but
where it
like
gets hard.
yeah.
Like a hollow skull trooper or
Yeah.
this or like a hollow ghoul trooper.
You going Go Trooper all day. But it is an aesthetic thing though. It is. It is an
It
aesthetic
is an
thing.
aesthetic thing.
Um but
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I might be cracked. I'm a cracked ice guy.
I get where they're going. I won't lie.
It's hard. That's
I get
hard.
my only device, my only pivot out of that, I should say, is what Richard said. Like the BK Hollow is a whole different conversation to me. I think when you get past that is when it gets interesting. I'll
I
probably I don't know. I don't know. Now, when you talk about series, if you're saying all like series three, that is out of question. That's not happening. I'm keeping
in that series three.
yeah.
I'm strictly saying series. Let's say series two cracked ice or any hollow. And I don't know. It has to be one of the
That's when
cards.
it's unique.
It has to be one of the cards I want,
Yeah.
right? If it's one of the 20 cards I want, maybe.
Hmm.
Like, do I want a cracked ice chaos agent over any US Series 1 hollow? I think I do.
I don't. But I get what you're saying.
Money
Yeah.
aside.
Yeah.
What do I want? I think I do. Like I don't
See,
because I don't want to block that hollow.
well, I would actually have to. I'm gonna add to this. I'm actually going to put money into it because it's not going to be for looking at for me. Like, because I would want to look at a cracked ice more than a hollow. So if I went with a hollow over a cracked ice in this instance, it would have to be. Dang, this is so tough.
I'm taking a
Um,
hollow series 1 over cracked ice series 3
all day,
most of the time. No,
all day. I don't care what it is.
I don't know. If you got an elite agent, you got to focus. It really depends. It really
See,
depends.
and even though I'm not a Pilly fan, like I'm not a crazy Pilly fan, I should say, I agree with this. It is not for
This is
me. Not
because
for
I'm with
me.
Kari, a cracked ice case agent over a series 1 Skull Trooper hollow. I'm the same way.
Where did Kyrie say? Where is it at?
Very next after David, he says, I'll take a cracked ice chaos agent over any S1 Skull Trooper hollow. I would too.
I can't disagree with that.
Now, Peely Hollow over a lot of Series 2, yes. Like, that's where it depends on the card. You can't be so black and white.
It's
Because,
not. Yeah,
like,
it's not a hard stop.
now, all right, if it's one of my 20 Series 2 cracked dice that I want,
Yeah.
over any hollow, I think.
Okay.
But if it's a cracked dice I don't want, I'm going to take the hollow of a nostalgic skin.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, there's like 160, no,
Yeah.
180 Series 2 cracked dice that I would give up for a hollow,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
think.
I I agree with that. I think for me, I'm being honest. As much as I love like Series One hollows, I have a good handful. I don't look at them. I look at
Yeah.
my shards all the time. So that's where it comes down to me now. the way I collect, obviously, depending on the skin, I'll go international. So I do have hollows of those cards. I don't know, man, but at the same time, it's a series one hollow. I just don't think I can take certain cards over a series one hollow. It's
All right, so
that's what
for
makes
me, it
it tough.
goes Series 1 cracked ice, Series 2 cracked ice.
Hmm.
Here's where it gets hard. Is it Series 3 now, cracked ice that you want, like your favorite?
Hmm.
Is it my favorite Series 3 cracked ice or Series 1 hollow?
For me, it's series one hollow. Honestly, as much as I love the series three
Am I
cards,
taking a Skull Trooper hollow over a Focus Crystal Shard?
say it again.
A Series 1 hollow Skull Trooper over a Focus cracked
Yeah,
ice card? I'm not. So for me, it goes Series
that's
1 shards, Series 2 shards, Series 3 shards. Now, these are shards that I want, and I'm not talking about all or any shards. So there's 40 Series 1 and 20 in Series 2, 20 in Series 3 over the hollows, but then it would be Series 1 hollows. And
okay.
then
So
Series 2 Optichrome.
so we know for your perspective. So for the
Yeah.
sake of the argument, give the ladder, give the broad scale of that. Put them in order now. Do
Right.
like so. Give it from the overarching hobby perspective, not because like when you have
Yeah,
your
like
top
I would say
20,
Series 1
yeah,
cracked ice, Series 2 cracked ice, Series 3 cracked ice, Series 1 hollow.
really. Hmm,
I
that's
think
interesting. I don't think I can do that. I'm trying to think. I said they. That's another thing. Series two Optichromes aren't being talked about. I don't think I can put Series three right after Series two Cracked Ice. I don't know if I can. I think
I
I
get where you're saying from. It's very
yeah
hard. It's very
yeah
hard.
yeah.
But like I can't put it's hard for me to put a Skull Trooper hollow over a Focus cracked ice.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking about when I'm saying this. Same thing with like Elite Agent and like a
Elite.
Midas cracked
No
ice.
no no no. I got you. Do Elite Agent 10 Cracked Ice. Ghoul Trooper 10 Hollow.
Elite Agent.
Oh.
But like I just like the cracked ice that much, I think. I don't think that's gonna be the popular opinion,
Yo,
but
I know. I think this is great though because it
I don't think
shows.
it's be popular opinion. I think people are gonna pick the Series 1 hollows over the Series 3 cracked ice. But me personally,
But
for my favorites, I think
yeah.
I'm picking Series 3 cracked ice.
And so where I'm jaded, we always say this, where I'm jaded is because of how hard it was to pull them. But if I'm being honest, I am gonna look at any given cracked ice or crystal shard over a hollow. Like I'm gonna enjoy the cracked ice or crystal shard more. So I'm straddling the fence here, but I kind of get where y'all are coming from. But a PSA 10 USA hollow, I just can't process that. I can't process a PSA 10 Series 2 Optichrome either. Or Gem Mint. I'll say Gem Mint because not everybody's PSA. Gem Mint.
I'm
Like
so
that's
cracked ice focused. It's kind of
is
hard. Um,
lasers as because matter of fact, the thing is I like the lasers in Series 3 more than not aesthetically. I like the story of the lasers more. Now aesthetically, the cracked ice still looks better than the lasers to me. Um, but I have trouble doing that. I don't know if I can put Series 3 cracked ice in
do I
between
even
those
have
two.
any more series? Let me see. Oh, I have my Series 2 hollow.
No, Jason, you opened a great can of worms. Honestly, it's a great conversation because it's interesting. I don't know.
Over
Yeah.
certain shards, yeah. But like, what's this? A PSA 10 abominable axe. What is that?
That's the pickaxe. The pickaxe. I think that's the
No,
frozen.
I'm taking a fistic or Cuddle Team Leader hollow.
Yeah, yeah.
But see, that's why it's so card specific, though.
It is card specific.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's never black and white. It's never black and white.
No.
I agree with what you're saying here, Jason. Where you're saying that you're just saying you take a good Series 1 hollow over certain shards. I agree with that for sure. Where it gets
Yeah,
difficult is like the Series 3 cards.
yeah,
Like if it's one of my 20, I'd rather have one of those than a Series 1 hollow
yeah,
personally.
yeah, yeah,
But like the rest of them, the other 300, no, I'd rather have a Cuddle Team Leader hollow
yeah.
than any of those.
Yeah, like because Kyrie agrees with you here, Dylan. Like he said he'll take the elite agent over the Gold Trooper PSA 10 Hollow. and I
And I
get
love
it.
Ghoul Trooper,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
the hollow. You know what I mean?
See, where I struggle is what I was talking about earlier. If I had them both on the table offered to me, I just don't know if I could take the elite agent over
I
the
could
Ghoul Trooper.
easily, easily.
I
It's the characterize first. Now, here, let's break it up a little bit more for you.
okay.
I know it's past 12, guys, but somehow we got into a fun
Yeah, yeah, we
conversation
got
here. Um, Italy Shard
Oh, here he go. All right. Oh shoot. All right.
versus a Series One Hollow. An Italy Series One. Like, are you taking?
Both tens.
Let's just say like a 9.5 Bull Trooper
I'm
Italy
taking
Shard.
Italy. I'm taking the Italy shard.
I'm taking Italy all
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. I'm taking the
I'm
Italy
curious
shard.
what other people because they go pretty cheap
Yeah. Now
compared to the Hollows.
that wasn't always my opinion though. My it used
You
to
used to be
be
Hollows
yeah, I
first.
used to be hollows first, but I'm definitely taking the Italy shard over that. That's
Yeah, I'm
not an
taking the
easy
Italy
one though.
Shard.
That's not an easy one. Yeah, I'm taking the Italy all day.
Yeah, Italy
Be-
Shard.
it's it's one of those things. Like I said, when I had the opinion of Hollow before Italy, it was
Hmm.
based off the experience of the NOI packs, right? But when you go big picture, it's no way, in my opinion, that I could take a a Hollow over Italy Shard, especially if they're both gems. Is I
That's
would
true.
have to I would have to go Italy.
I mean,
I,
technically, it's like first of all, it's hard for us to get an Italy product.
yeah, yeah.
Well, at least it was. Now you can get on eBay pretty easily.
I don't know how people feel about this, but I'll just tag it more. I'm taking all the Series One shards over the hollow. So I'm taking Brazil as well. And if it's a gem, I'm taking because even with all the weird stuff that's going on, Raw is a different conversation. But if it's gemmed, if a Brazil gemmed, I gotta take that.
All right, what about ungraded Hollow and ungraded Shard?
I'm taking the ungraded hollow.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I would take the ungraded hollow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't like playing with fire that much.
Yeah,
And that's a hard one. Just grading wise. Now, if I was keeping them raw though, so if we were going with that, if I was keeping them raw, like let's say I was putting them in a binder, then still a Italy shard. But if I was going into the process of grading it, I would have to go hollow. That's a good question though. I like that.
when I first got in the Facebook group, there was like 200 people in there. I think
Yeah.
that was 3,000, and I remember joining, and like I had all my cards on the table as like my introductory post or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
and like 80% were Italy, and I thought I
yeah.
was doing something. You know what I mean? Because at the time though,
Yeah, yeah.
there was no USA shards on eBay, pretty
Hmm.
much. Like they were gone. Occasionally, Italy would pop up.
Yeah.
So like I thought I was doing something back in the day with the Italy one. So I'm with you. I was like I had stacks
Yeah.
of Series One Italy shards.
Oh, holy crap. David came in with the haymaker. The
Oh
internet.
no, that's easy. Reloaded
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
even
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, that's y- you know what it is? I think people aren't gonna I know some people that I'm very fond of in the hobby when it comes to hollows are not gonna like this statement. It's not that hollow USA hollows aren't what they used to be because they're a lot of value in there, but I think we understand a lot more about the whole hobby now where we can comfortably say reloaded tens can compete with that at best. You know, like I think
Yeah.
people will have different conversations, but a reloaded 10 is hard no matter how you spin it. Um
Yeah, and they may not all turn out to be like the Renegade
yeah,
Raider,
yeah.
but they're all gonna be difficult to tend.
Yeah, like Renegade Raider is gonna be all the way up there. But that even that mid tier, when those tens start not showing up, it's gonna get interesting. It's
Now,
gonna get interesting.
now where do you cut that off at? Because like Reloaded Renegade PSA 10
Hmm.
compared to Shards.
Oh, I'm cutting off early. I'm cutting
Okay.
off early. ASAP actually. It's it for me. I think it just goes to aesthetically. It's always going to be now when we come to if we talking
See,
about
aesthetically
scarcity.
though,
If we're talking, oh no, I mean aesthetically, Reloaded can't even look at series one
I don't know.
anything.
This card to me is aesthetic as hell. I don't know. I like it a lot.
Y- Yeah, it's nice.
It's no drift cracked ice. I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying, but it's a nice card. Um,
You know, but to where you're going with that, I think it is some form of blinders on it because I was looking at some other sets and stuff, and the simplicity of Reloaded does have something going for it. Is that the simplicity is going to be scarce, is going to be rare. The set is not rare or scarce, but when you go into the grading realm, that's what you're going to get. Uh, I think it has its own lane for sure, for sure.
I think it beats out some shards.
Yeah,
Maybe not
for
tens,
sure, for sure, for sure. It does.
but I think it does beat out a lot. I think it beats out a lot of the series one shards, to be honest, and it's him.
I won't say a lot. Well, I mean, you can't say a lot
I'm
because it's like a
saying
top.
the
Yeah,
Renegade Raider in a 10 versus, let's say,
give me one. Give me
most of
one.
the eights, if
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
besides the Black Knight, you know what I mean?
yeah. I think. Okay, I'll add something to that then. What happens when there's three? Even if it's what happens when there's three renegades?
I,
Do
I don't think I don't think it changes much. I think the demand for Renegade Raider, skin wise, is pretty large.
hmm
And having a 10 is gonna be major.
yeah. Yeah. I for sure. I think that the renegade PSA 10 and reloaded is a major card. I think I think this is where buy what you like comes in super strong because
Yeah.
aesthetically, still, it's a lot of shards that I would want to obtain before that one, even with the scarcity.
See, I have my Gold
I
Trooper
just had a deja vu, by the way. I don't know what that means in this context, but I did. Yeah,
because I'm still chasing the freaking 10
yeah,
more than a lot of shards. I don't know
bro. We talk a lot. Did we say this before?
what.
I don't know something. I don't know. It lasted longer than it should have. This deja vu. I feel like we said this before,
I'm
or it
we
could
we
be
s-
because we've been
we've
talking for
done a
2.5 hours.
thousand different
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah. That's I don't know.
Yo, Renegade Raiders at 87. No, 88.
Jo tripping me out. It's at what?
88.
And it's still one.
Still at one.
Yeah, that's major. That is I know, right? But that is major for sure. That's
See,
yo, I
this is
love
this
that.
is this is the only thing that makes me like waver from tag, right? Is like I want to
Come
be on
on,
that
talk that
list.
talk.
You know what I mean? It's like I want to be on that list for the top, right? If there's gonna be that few tens,
Yeah,
I want to be in that discussion of having those. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy though? We low key got chewed apart for putting Renegade Raider in there
Oh my
last year.
gosh,
Like
I
we got
know.
like we got chewed apart
Not
for
even
that.
low key, like 100%. You got chewed
Yeah,
apart.
it hasn't even been a year anniversary yet. It's coming up. It's coming up, but we got killed for that.
So like, if you guys don't remember, we made a top 50 list,
And we
and
really had it in a different position, but we was like, you know what? We're gonna chill. We're gonna put this somewhere else. But we had it in there. We did.
so we made the top 50 list.
Which this list is gonna look a lot different again. I can truthfully say that, but not it is. It's gonna look a
It's
lot
still a
different.
pretty damn good
It's a good
list.
list. It's a good list. I like it.
It's a really good list. And we have Renegade Raider here. I wanted her in the top 10, and like I
No,
was
that's
forced to push like put these here as like
yep.
honorable mention. This
Yep.
is before I sold mine, and hopefully that didn't take it into account. I don't think it did. I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to push it, but I mean,
Well,
I think it. I
that's
think.
why we actually left it out because you did have that.
Well, I
Um
didn't have it at the time we made this, though.
no, it was because the you know
But
how
I
it
was,
goes.
I was, yeah, but
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying that Renegade Raid is a big one, and
Yeah.
it's like, all right, but I didn't have the 10 when we made this list,
No,
though.
it was already gone.
Yeah,
I mean, it was gone as soon as you got it back, pretty much.
yeah. So I still think, where would you put it?
Yep.
Right.
Uh, now,
So the only thing I'd say right now with this list is Midas.
no, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot.
Yeah, the
If I'm being honest, I'll be 100% honest. But what I'm saying, we clearly said that we're treating this like a power ranking. Like this is something that we truthfully felt at that time. and I stand on that. Uh, the next one is gonna be fun as well. We got to figure out exactly how we're gonna do
The
that.
question is like, are we gonna include prototypes in the next one?
I think they should be conversation pieces. I don't think they should be in the. They're so out there. They're grand, bro. They're grand. They're
Yeah, I guess because they weren't like. All right, so since they weren't like officially released,
yeah,
that's why they can be because there's so little of each of
yeah,
them. That's
and
why
I
they can't you can't pull them.
and
That's a good way. It's like if you can
yeah,
pull it, it can make the list.
yeah.
You get the ones that you can't pull, the rare stuff that you can't pull.
And the to be honest, the initial reason for the list was to give opportunities and options for people that's coming into the hobby and maybe just want to know a little bit more information. But if you look at the list, if y'all be honest, look at some of these and where they were in the aspect of the way the hobby viewed them. And now a lot of them didn't jump like crazy or anything like that. They just are understood for what they were. People still did what they had plans for. Like Kyrie was saying earlier, everybody has a plan for their collection. It was just something that we felt for beginning collectors. They should have a kind of an understanding of some opportunities that's there.
Because like we don't even have the pump on here. Like should the pump be?
Well, that's what we struggled with. And I
Yeah,
think
that's what we struggled
the
with.
pump should have been on there.
I think the pump
Um,
should have been on there.
yeah. And
We can
it
leave the hunting rifle off, but the pump should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
on
no,
there.
the pump has to be on there. But this list was not easy. And we now mind y'all, this is another thing that I think we have to say. We don't have to say it anymore because most of the people that's here has probably been was there last year as well. But we did not factor in any pop reports or anything with this
That's
list.
I
That,
do think that's the next thing that needs to
that's
be
the
added.
next yes.
I care less about like what the prices are and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. I care more about the pop.
The rarity and scarcity is important.
Yeah, adding that into
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. Like the prototypes need its own thing for sure. But yeah, this is like Dylan is saying, the pop is important to us. It's important to us just like it's important to y'all. We just knew how much that would influence the list. We want to give a clear sight view first. Now we
So
can
I
go
think
back
what
and
we
do
have
it.
to do
Yeah,
is update this list a little bit in terms of like some of these I think we can get rid of.
yeah.
So refresh it to 50
Mm-hmm.
and then apply the pop report
Yep.
and then that'll be another filter and it'll rearrange it again.
Yeah.
Kind of like a second filter
Yeah.
through.
And I
Um
and the thing
because
is,
that's what's going to do. That's what's going to get Renegade Raider up.
yeah, and even the that gem rate website that I took you to, that's gonna make it easier for us to maneuver through because just going through the straight pop reports is gonna be kind of tough. But yeah, so we love doing the list. I know Dylan is a hip shooter, so he may not do list as much when it comes to like his own thing, but when we do this, we love doing it this way. Like this
And
is
I had to, so I didn't have 30 Kunos at the time or however many I have now. So we'll have to like figure that out too
well
because I have
uh
so many Kunos now. I forget how we got here because we did this without bias. By the way,
yeah,
we made
and
this list without bias as best we could. Um,
it's also one of those things that we kind of wanted to show the opportunities that you can see in series 3. uh we were very clear that this was a different perspective, but it's going to be fun doing it the second time.
the pop report's going to change a lot. I think
Yeah, yeah. No,
you
Kari, I
did
feel with you with that
Kari.
Raven.
You did, and I think I still have it. I think we got to update again, but I think we got to update the list first and then apply a pop report on those.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah,
there's some that will replace some of these,
yeah.
like especially like some of like I'm not
That
sure about like the Agent Peely. I feel like there's some that
no,
could be Agent Peely out.
I mean, we're talking about it now. We 2 hours and 35 minutes in. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think those bottom half ones, I think that doubling effect may have been something we probably should have looked at again. Like
yep.
the double agent wild card, the agent Pilly, those could have went to other cards. Leaving Ice King off the list was nuts. But it
We
was
struggled with
we
that. We
struggled.
struggled.
We did. It was
He was
so many, and we are like, okay, we want to. It was some cards that definitely missed the boat, missed the boat. But yeah,
All right,
Yeah,
well,
no,
we'll definitely be doing that,
yeah.
guys, at
I
some
think
point.
it's a great. I think you know what. Just we'll have other lists throughout the year as well, but I think this is going to be the annual list. I think this is the annual list. We'll do it. I mean, we're already in a time frame anyway. I think we did it. Did it Christmas
I,
time. It was December.
I can check here. I have the
Yeah,
date. It was.
it
Oh,
was.
I just put 2022.
No, it was December. We did it all the days. I think it was that week of Christmas that we did it. The
I
Christmas
put it. Let me see if I put
week.
a date on this.
Yeah, so that was fun though.
No, I didn't put
Oh,
it.
um JL came in with the hitter and the draft. Yes, the draft has to happen again. That's gonna be fun. Uh man, I we gotta figure that out. I low key want to participate in the draft. That's but it's hard though because it's no. I mean, well, we do the polls, so that's the beauty about it. Um, doing the polls is fun. The draft was fun, man. We gotta do that again. It's a
The
couple
draft was
things.
fun.
Yeah, there's a couple things that we can pull in there going into the holiday season.
All right, yeah, no, that's what we need to see is a list of shards we never see pop up.
Yep.
Um, because like some of my favorite shards I'm chasing, I never see aren't on the top 50 list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are still good cards,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
We have a lot of lists in us. It's just getting to them is the thing. Yo, no, Kari, I definitely want parts in this. I do. I do. Uh we figure out that system. We might have to get a mod for that moderator to do this.
Yeah, and I don't know
A
how we
host.
picked the winners because
Polls will work. That is
yeah, I guess that's true.
yeah, the polls worked out really well because some shifted that I didn't think and some people got blown out. I mean, those first couple picks getting that VK to Pilly. Even like when Eduardo did it, Eduardo threw a haymaker by pick. I think Eduardo picked visitor first. So it's things that happen that changes it, but the polls is fun.
All right,
Yo,
guys,
that's a
it
fact.
it's it's
Yeah.
12:36 a.m. We're really past it.
Yo,
We'll be on next week at
for
Friday, so
sure.
you guys come back and we'll talk some more.
Yes.
Um, Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Please subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends. Um, More content to be coming up soon.
Yes. And
Are you
I
throwing something else up on the screen real
yep.
quick?
Mount Rushmore got that ZD PSA 10. That's fire right there. And then Black Ash coming with some honorables in there. And there we go. Flux pulled off a $600 Skull Trooper and he got a PSA 9. Congrats, bro. And that's how we'll end it.
We haven't even seen it yet.
Oh, it didn't pop up yet? Oh, I
It's
wouldn't
just
know that.
this thing is still loading, man.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is so crazy. All right, there's the Skull Trooper.
Shout out to StreamYard.
There's the Skull Trooper in all his beauty. All right, guys, that's it, right?
Yep.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out.
Have a good one, yo.